Hi everyone, and welcome to Playing for Second. I am Brian, and today I'm going to do a solo session of Space Empires 4X with a little bit of all of the expansions sprinkled in. So join me at the table, we'll go over what we have going on here, and we'll get going. Okay, so first of all, if you've played this game before, you're going to realize that the setup's a little different. So I don't use the chits on the board, I use these little tokens. So all of the red tokens, that is my home system. All of the white tokens are deep space. And then I just pull the tokens at random out of bags. So these are mine. These here are the deep space tokens. And then I also have another bag for the alien ships if we find any barren planets outside of the home system. I find that's easier than attempting to not see the side when you're placing these out randomly. You're not supposed to know what they are. So it's easier to do it this way and be surprised as opposed to drawing a chit out and not seeing one of the two sides that you're not supposed to see. We are going to be playing with crew cards. We're going to be playing with the alien technology deck. We're going to be playing with a scenario. We're going to be playing with an Empire Advantage. In this mode, you're not supposed to play with an Empire Advantage, but I want to, so I'm going to. That might just mean it's a little easier for us, which is fine. I'm pretty rusty at the game, so hopefully that'll help us win a little quicker here, or I guess maybe lose quicker. We are doing the alien player no victory points. So what that means is we're playing red. We've got the yellow player over here, or alien player, the blue alien player, the green alien player. For us to win, we have to go and just take out those planets, basically. They do not take any of the board. They just basically roll on a chart to get technology points and command points, and then they'll have fleets that will come at us periodically depending on how they roll. I'll be doing all the rolling over here, and I do have dice. I don't know, I just ordered these. I don't know how well they're going to show up, but I have dice for each color because I'm going to try to at least streamline this a little bit, and we're going to roll for all of that at the same time. I do have all of the deep space markers from all the expansion, including all the good things. I believe that's the newest one. Sorry, it's going to be a long play if I can't remember that. They're all in the bag. So all of those tiles are here to my right as well, so we can place those out as we find them. All of the new alien ships are also mixed in with the alien ships. And let's see. I think that's it. So yeah, we're going to be doing, I have my production sheet here. I couldn't find one yet for all the good things, or whatever it's called. Hey, all good things. I was right. I couldn't find one yet online for this, so I am just going to be using a paper production sheet as well as a laminated sheet for the alien player. So I'll try to move this into the camera view while I'm filling it out, but I'll also just explain what we're doing. So if you're new to the game, you're basically going to be getting points. Construction points. You're going to be getting construction points every round. And then you're going to spend those on technology and new ships and other things like that to try to increase the amount that you're going to get at first. So at first, you're going to kind of be getting your economy. I compare it to an RTS game. Like, I don't know, I've always thought that StarCraft, it gave me StarCraft feels. Whereas the first part, you're just trying to get your minerals and your construction points to build more stuff, and then you're trying to get a fleet ready to go and attack one of the other planets. In this particular case, we're going up against 3 planets, so they could all attack us at the same time as well. The game is played over as many rounds as it takes. The sheet only has 20 on here, so hopefully before that. And the first thing you're going to do is there's going to be 3 movement phases, and then you're going to do an economic phase, and then 3 more movement phases, and so on and so forth. So let's go ahead and get started here. So the first thing we need to do is we need to draw a scenario. So I gave these a shuffle. I think you just draw one and you do it. So that's what we're going to do. Low maintenance. All maintenance costs are halved. When calculating maintenance, add up the total maintenance cost that you would normally pay and then divide it in half, rounded down. If robot race is being used, that player would pay no maintenance. Do not use if the replicators are in the game. Well, I'm not playing with replicators. I don't know what robot race is, so not going to worry about that. So we pay half maintenance, which is pretty cool. All right, and again, I want to play with the Empire Advantage. So this is just kind of like a special ability. With these, you draw 2 and you pick one. So we'll draw 2 here and see what we have. The first one we have is Gifted Scientist. This highly technological race gets a 33% discount, rounded up, when researching any technology. However, everything they build costs one more. Okay, so that's a discount on tech. Our scenario gave us a discount on maintenance, so this is a pretty good one. This one's going to have to be pretty nice to not take it here. Industrious Race. When this race researches terraforming, they may colonize asteroids exactly as if they were a barren planet. Okay, that's cool. Wow, okay. So barren planets, any planets in your home system, and if you have this card, asteroids, can be used basically to get more construction points, and they max out at 5. Oh man. I think for the sake of not having to do math on camera, we're going to go ahead and go with Industrious Race instead of Gifted Scientist, because the 33% discount's nice, but that could, yeah, there's half maintenance. I already have a discount on CP. Let's try to get more CP. So we are going to use Industrious Race. Okay. Now the Close Encounter, the Alien Technology deck, which is from Close Encounters, and the crew cards that are from All Good Things, those will come into play later. So the crew cards will come in, I'm not sure if you can see it on the board, but they actually do have it on here. Every even economy phase, you draw 2 crew cards and you can keep one and hire it, but you have to be building something that turn, because they do have to be crewed, that the crew has to crew a ship that turn. So the first, I don't know how many rounds, I'd say at least 4. The first 4 rounds, at least how I play, and I guess depending on what the aliens do, I don't build any ships, attack ships. I'm building more colony ships and things like that. And then the alien tech cards, if we find barren planets among these white tokens, those planets come with some aliens on there, and then you have to go and take out the aliens, not these guys, but a different non-player alien. I mean, these are also non-players, but yeah, different than those color ones. If you go and you take those out, then you draw 2 alien tech cards, and you get to keep one. You've learned a attack from the aliens that you destroyed, I guess. So, all right, let's get started. We are starting the game with 3 colony ships that I just have stacked up, 3 scouts that I just have stacked up, our flagship Victory, a shipyard that is 4. This is standard setup. Now, this little token, they max out at 6, and the reason I don't have any under the colony ships or the scouts or anything else is because they're all just 1. So to make it easier on myself, I'm just going to use the 1 unless I combine them for good, and then I'll use those. And we do have 1 minor ship as well, because we will have some minerals out here that we can bring back either to our home planet or to another planet that has a colony on it, and then we can get some minerals to help us, basically money to help us buy stuff. All right, so let's just go. We are starting turn 1 in the movement phase. So we are going to send our scouts out to see what we have here around us. So we're going to do this guy here, we'll do this guy here, and we'll do this guy here. Now the colony ships and the miner cannot go into unexplored locations. So I can't send my miner in there or any of my colony ships to follow, which may be a good thing, because depending on what they find, they may be dead. In your home world, I believe there is only 1 token that can kill them. It's a black hole, and it's a roll to see if they live or not. But it can happen. And as you go into deep space is much more dangerous. There literally are a whole bunch of tokens that just say danger, and you lose your ship, whoever went in there. So, all right, so after the movement phase, after you've moved everything you wanted to, which is this is all we want to this first round, you're then going to reveal these tokens. Normally they're tokens, but again, I'm just going to pull out of this bag here. So just give it a little shake, and we have a planet. We have minerals. And we have minerals. So what I do in this case here is we're going to go ahead and just get rid of these tokens. Leave the minerals in here. This is something our miner can go grab and bring back to our home base to get 5 bonus command points. Construction points, I will probably call them command points for the rest of the game, as well as construction. We'll see. It's really just money at the end of the day. Now, this here is a planet. In one of the expansions, I think, Replicators, they actually added tokens for each color for all the planets. So for this one, we're just going to pop our scout off here quick, throw this in the bin. We have Omicron is the first planet we found. And that's just going to get tossed to the side here, I've got little bowls that I just put those in. Then, like I said, the minerals stay out there until you go grab them or until another ship comes in and destroys them. Okay, so that was our first turn of the movement phase. Our second movement phase, we're going to have the scouts keep going. I want one of them to definitely check out this one here real close. I'm going to have, oops, baby, come back. There we go. I'm going to have this one go here, and we are going to have this one come out here. These guys can move now. So our miner is going to go, and it's going to pick up this mineral. I'm just going to put him on top of the mineral to say that he picked it up. It's not an action point or a movement point to pick it up. It's just you pick it up, and then it can only move one. So all of my ships right now just have a move of one. So every single turn, they're moving one spot. You can level up. That's one of the techs that you can actually increase to get better movement with your ships. I normally don't do that for a reason we'll see here in a little bit. All right, the colony ship. So we can have a colony ship go here, and it can start to colonize this planet, so we'll start to get points from it. Now, these do have a little 5 colony on it. That's what they're going to end at, is 5. That's kind of the max that they get. So the colony ship, when it's ready to stay here, you just kind of cover that up. And then at the end of the economic round, it'll be a 1. And then the following round a 3, the following round a 5. And that's where it'll cap out. And that'll just get you some of your construction points. I do want to send, I'm going to send a colony ship just right here with it. We're going to send 2 there so that if either of these are a planet, next turn we'll be able to get those colonized as well. And in case this guy out here is a planet, I'm also just going to send this colony ship there. And we will send our flagship Victory right here. I don't really want to do anything with Victory yet. It is, oh, by the way, our home planet is Altair. That is the only flagship we get. We cannot build another one. That is the only one we get. It's not insanely great. Early game it is. It's definitely our best ship currently, so I don't want to lose that. But it is something that I can also, you can kind of upgrade that as you go. That's the other thing. I am playing with instant upgrades. I know that also makes the game pretty easy. And if you're familiar with the game, you know what that means. All that really means is you're going to be upgrading things throughout the game. And technically all these ships are built. So if I increase my attack or my defense, these ships wouldn't have it because they haven't been constructed. They basically need to go to somewhere with a shipping yard and download the new upgrades and get their upgrades or the new tech installed. There is a variant rule where you can just say, yeah, they get the new ones. And I'm playing with that rule. It's easier housekeeping. I don't even keep track of, on the back of this, there is a bunch of groups for all of your ships that you should keep track of. So whenever you build some ships, you have to put down what, like this is our Scout 1. We would have to put Scout 1 is out there. It has no upgrades. And then if we put another Scout out there later who does have Attack 1, we'd have to mark that. So just doing the instant upgrades makes all of that unnecessary, which makes it a lot easier to manage. So that's what I am doing. Okay, I think we have moved everything we want to move. So again, we are going to reveal those 3 spots. Let's grab our bag. Scout 1 has found more minerals. Let's take this out. Scout 2 has found another planet, Antares. Probably saying that wrong. And Scout 3 has found another planet, Cerberus. Cool. All right, so we need Antares. We have here. And Cerberus, which we have here. Cool. Oops. Okay. Well, that's good. We found a total so far of 3 planets, and we started with 3 colony ships. We're going to be able to get them all in place, which is good. All right, we are ready for movement phase 3. So in movement phase 3, I'm going to move this colony ship over here so that it can start to colonize this planet. And what that thematically is, the ship actually gets destroyed and they use all the stuff that the ship had on it and what the ship was made out of to start to build a colony on this deserted planet. We're going to move that one there, and we're just going to leave this one here because he's going to start doing his thing. Our miner is going to come back to Altair and just drop off these 5 minerals. So we'll get 5 bonus command points, nope, construction points next round. And then we need to move our scouts. I kind of want to stay close so that if there's more planets in here, we can easily connect them. So we're going to move this scout here. We're going to move this scout here. And we will move this one here and maybe have him, no, we'll go here. And then maybe have him do like a little zigzaggy there. Okay. We've moved everybody we wanted to, so let's go ahead and reveal. Same order, scout 1, then 2, then 3. 1 has found minerals. 2 has found minerals. Okay. Our planets might be a little far away from our home base, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's certainly not a good thing. And Scout 3 has found another planet. Okay, that's not bad. Scout 3 has found Sheldon. There we go. Just in case you were wondering, there are 5 more planets out of all of these red tokens out there. And you want to find planets so that you can get those colonies on there and start earning more construction points. All right. Let's see. I think that was everybody. So that is the end of our first movement phase. So we are now going to go move this little turn marker down here. And I will probably forget to do that sometimes. I kind of just bunch all the stuff together. But I will try my best to move that down there. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to collect colony income. And that's what this sheet here is for. So our home colony, can I just put this? Yeah, for now I can. So our home colony has 0 carryover. You can carry over a max of 30, which in the first few rounds, you're not going to come anywhere close to carrying over 30 unless you have a specific plan of what you want to do and you're going to take a whole round off. But as you get higher with higher productions, you will probably carry over to try to upgrade more technologies. So our colony has 30 CP. We had 5 minerals, so we're going to add minerals in there. MS pipelines, we're going to get to those. I'll be building those pretty soon, but those can add to your economy and they can also help you with movement. We'll get to those here shortly. So that's going to get us a total of 35. However, you do have to pay maintenance on any any ship that's able to attack, basically. So those scouts, you pay maintenance equal to their hull. However, we do have low maintenance. I almost forgot about that. Yep, low maintenance, which currently is going to save us a little bit. Typically, we would have maintenance of 3 because each scout has 1 hull. That is their maintenance. So you take that in half and it says to round down. So we are going to have 1 maintenance, giving us a total. And this is turn order bid. If you're playing this game competitively, you can bid for turn order. I do not play this game competitively. So that is always going to be 0. And then, so that gives us 34 CP to use. So what can you use that on? Well, on the bottom of this sheet here is a bunch of technology that you can research. You have to go in order. So for instance, I don't know how well it shows up, but ship size. Currently our ship size is 1. We can't build very large or very powerful ships. That can go to a high of 7, but there's little numbers next to it. So to get ship size 2, it costs 10 CP, 15, 20, 20, 20, and then 30 for ship size 7. You can only build 1 technology for each type of technology. So I cannot build ship size 2 and 3 this round. You can only build 1 at a time. So I can do ship size 2. Attack and defense, just increase your attack and increase your defense. Now each ship, let me just grab one here for a quick example. Here we go. This is a BC, and again, I don't know how well it's going to show up. If I remember, I will attempt to edit and put a example in the video about nowish. So how the chits work, top left, BC1, that is just the name of the ship and the group. So this is a battle cruiser, I believe, or is it a battle carrier? BC is battle cruiser. It is a battle cruiser, and it is the first group of battle cruisers. Each group can have 6 battle cruisers in it. That would be signified by putting this little number 6 underneath it. If you were playing competitively, this would be flipped over, and it would just show a random ship that is on the back of all of your tokens. But I'm not playing competitively, and I'm just going to leave them up like that. The other numbers on the token here, you've got B, that is its initiative, basically. A fires first, B, C, D, E following. And then you have a 5-1. 5 is its offense or its attack. 1 is its defense or defend. So in this game, if this ship we're fighting, let's say, let me grab another ship, and we'll do a base. Let's say this ship, we're fighting this base. How that works is if the ship is the attacker, you take 5 plus any attack technologies that it might have, and you can only have a maximum of whatever his hull is. So even if my attack technology is all the way up to 3, this only has a hull of 2, so it can only have an attack of 2. That 2 would be added to the 5, so I would have a 7 attack. If I were attacking this base, which it's my base, I wouldn't be, but just for the sake of example, this base works the exact same way. It has a 7-2. So I have a 7 attack with my attack technology added, and I would minus the defense of this base. Now, if this base had defense technology, it has a hull of 3 versus a hull of 2. Think of those just like hit points. So I could actually have defend 3 on here. So if this thing had a defend 3, we would add that to the 2, and you would have 7 minus 5, that is 2. You were looking for a 2 or lower to hit. So that is how attacking and defending works in the game, and that is on a D10. So you would just roll, that is a 0, so that would be a miss, and then we move on to the next attack. So that is how that works there. So to get these larger ships, though, so for instance, to get a battle cruiser, my ship size technology needs to be 4, and it is currently at 1. So that is what the ship size does. The rest of these things are really going to be, some of them are relatively self-explanatory. Attack and defense. Tactics is just kind of a tiebreaker. So if 2 A's are fighting one another, whoever has the higher tactics would go first. Move, there are 6 stages of move, and that's because there are different movement phases. So if I research move 2, in the first movement phase, I can move twice. In the second and third, I'm still only moving once. In the third movement tech, you're moving twice in the first 2, and in the fourth, you're moving twice in both. That gets a little confusing just because of the phases they're in. Fighters, I usually don't play with fighters, but if you learn the fighters tech, you can actually get fighters and get a carrier that can carry those fighters in the combat. And then you have a lot of other ones that I'm really not going to be using because I am not playing with ground forces. So there's boarding, security forces, military academy. Point defense is for kind of using scouts and to fight with fighters, because fighters are much smaller than most of these ships we're working with, as are the scouts. The scouts are the smallest of the ships that you can get. You've got cloaking, scanners, mines, minesweeper, and there's a lot of things in here, again, that I'm not going to be super using. I'm mainly going to be focusing on this left side, this shipyard tech. How the shipyard tech works is currently I have 4 shipyards with a tech of 1. That means I can build 4 hull worth of ships out of that shipyard. If I increase this to 2, those 4 is times 1.5. So my 4 shipyards can actually build 6 hull worth of stuff. And if you get it to shipyard 3, you double it. So the 4 shipyards can build 8 hull worth of stuff. I can also add shipyards to that. The shipyards also can stack up to 6. Terraforming is what is going to let you put colonies on barren planets. We are going to want that. And with our, I forget which one this was, with our Empire Advantage, we definitely want to get Terraforming 1 at some point, because that means we can colonize basically the asteroids. Terraforming 2, I am playing with the Nebula rule, and this is another thing that you can play with. At Terraforming 2, my miners can basically turn into, they mine the nebula. So you can never use them again, you flip them over, but they get you 5 CP every round. So that's just some of the stuff we can do. Okay. What we're going to do, though, is I believe we are going to, let's take a look here at our board. That didn't work too terribly. All right, so we have another planet here that I don't have, for which I do not have a colony ship. So I want at least 1 colony ship to get out there so that we can start getting some CP from that colony ship. I also want some MS pipelines. Those are merchant ship pipelines, and we'll go over what they do here once I build them, which I think is going to be right now. I think I'm going to build, so as I mentioned, I can build 4 hull worth of ships. The colony ships, even though they don't have a hull on there, they're 1 hull for the purposes of building. They don't have any maintenance. The merchant ships or the MS pipelines are also 1 hull. So on here, I'm simply going to put ship spending. I normally try to leave myself a note, so I'm going to build 1 colony ship. That costs 8. And then I'm going to build 3 MS pipelines. Those are 3 a piece, if I remember correctly. Let me just double check that with this handy dandy board. Okay, MS pipelines are 3. Their hull is 1, and you'll see here 0 maintenance. So their hull is 1 just for the purposes of building things. And then a colony ship is 8. So we are correct there. So we have spent 17 of our 34, which means we have 17 left. I'm going to go ahead and research ship size 2. So for that, you just circle it, and that signifies, hey, you have ship size 2. And I'm going to put minus 10 up here for ship size 2. So there you go. We've spent 27, which means we have 7 remaining. I'm just going to put that there. And that will carry over to the next round. So we're just going to go ahead and put it right up top there for the next round. That is our economic phase. Those will go quicker in the future, I promise. Now we have the alien ship, or the alien players technology. I'm sorry, econ phase. I'm not sure how well this shows up. It is highlighted, so it might be pretty glary. But we have yellow, blue, and green. How these guys are going to work, we're going to go ahead and roll. And it tells you how many dice you're rolling right over here in this chart. So econ turn 1, they are rolling 1 econ die each. So I've got 1 of each color, and we're going to roll them. All right, and then we'll just go in order. So yellow rolled a 2. You just follow this all the way over here. 2 is an econ roll, which is not great. So what that does is starting in 3 rounds, they're going to get an extra econ roll for the rest of the game. So I'm just going to, these are going to be tally marks because they're going to get 1 for the rest of the game. As it progresses, so for instance, down here in rounds 19 and 20, they're rolling 5 already, and now they're going to be rolling a 6th. Our blue was a 5. So if we come over here, they're going to get a tech of 5. So what that means is they're going to get, because I am playing, I think this is normal difficulty, they're going to get 5 tech CP of their own, effectively. So when they form a fleet, however much tech they have, they're going to update their tech kind of on the fly as their fleet goes in. Green rolled a 9, and that is also tech in the first round. Okay. Now over here, this says fleet launch, and there's no options. So they will not be launching any kind of fleet. They don't have any fleet points, so they can't. So those are the 3 things, or I'm sorry, 4 things that each alien player can roll every econ phase. They can get an extra econ roll. They can only do that though through round 6. So we want to see as little 1s as possible from here on out. They can roll for fleet, and every roll for fleet will give them 5 fleet points. They can roll for tech. Every roll for tech will give them 5 tech points. And they can roll for defense. Every roll for defense actually gets them 10 defense. They double it. Defense does max out at 50. And then if they ever do launch the fleet, we will just put a number down here so we know how large the fleet is. And yeah, they will then kind of roll for their tech and roll for what ships that they're going to be using as well. So this is how we're kind of keeping track too of who's the biggest threat. So right now, for me, yellow is the biggest threat because starting in 3 rounds, they're rolling an extra die than the other 2, which means we might want to think about taking yellow out first. But for them, that's it. That is all they do on their econ phase for now because it's early game, much like us. They can't do much. So we did get a colony ship, which I will put. Those are built where the shipyard is. So there's our colony ship. And we did get 3 MS pipelines. And I've already stopped using the chart to the left. That is on me. These 5 minerals we did take into account. So those just get thrown away. So we collected income. We collected mineral income. collect pipeline income. We don't have any currently, but our next round we will. We paid our maintenance. We're not bidding for turn order. We then purchased our units, we placed our units, and now we are going to increase the colonies. What that means, all of these planets that have a colony ship on it, the colony ships are going to come off. Like so. And you are going to cover them with these little colonies that say 1. So these colonies are now producing us 1 construction point every round. There we go. And when we get to this phase next turn, those 1s will flip, they become 3s. And ideally we'll have well, not ideally, we will have a colony ship on Sheldon, so Sheldon will then start at a 1 at the end of that round. All right, let's get after it. We are ready for our movement phase in round 2. All right, so how these MS pipelines work. I bought 3 of them. MS pipelines, you want to connect up to all of your planets to your home world. So for instance, I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 move to move this one here, 1 move to move this one here. And then we'll come back to the other ships here that we want to move. But these planets are all now connected through MS pipelines. What that means is every time a connected planet produces CP, the MS pipelines will produce 1 extra. So this one is only producing 1, this is only producing 1, but because of those pipelines being connected here, they'll each produce 1 more for the rest of the game. They also can increase movement. If you move along an MS pipeline for your entire movement, you can move 1 extra space. Now, in this case, it's a triangle, so it doesn't super matter. But if we had an MS pipeline out here, for one of my movements, I could actually take this colony ship and boop, boop, move it all the way out here on 1 turn without having to increase my movement tech. It just increases whatever their movement is. As long as the entire movement starts, ends, and travels along an MS pipeline, you get +1 movement. Okay, this miner, we're going to go pick up this mineral. And then this colony ship, we're just going to have it move towards Sheldon. Okay. Our flagship, we're just going to move up here. No real reason for it. If we learn exploration, he can actually peek at tokens to see, if there's danger there, he can peek and the danger would go away. He doesn't have to move in there. So, all right, our scouts, we're going to move this one here. We are going to move this one. Oh boy, I should have went straight. Going to be wasting some movement. We'll move this one there. And let's move this one here. Okay. I think that's everything. So again, we have 3 tokens to reveal. We'll start with 1, and then do 2, and then do 3. 1 has found a nebula. 2 has found more minerals. 3 has found Athos, another planet. Okay, a nice little cluster of planets over there too, which will minimize the amount of pipelines we need with the empty spaces. All right, we'll get rid of this, and we will bring in a nebula. Nebulas have a negative effect in combat. You can go through them, no problem, and actually, I am playing with the rule that I mentioned. If I get terraforming 2, I can go put a miner in there, and the miner will actually mine the nebula for the rest of the game. So the deep, here we go, the deep space markers, or really all markers, are on this thing, which is kind of cool. This came with the new expansion, All Good Things. This just kind of shows you all of the things you might run into in deep space. Nebula, asteroids, barren planets, you'll run into all those in your home world. Most of this other stuff, it's going to be in deep space. So the nebula, you must start adjacent to enter and must stop on entering unless there is an MS pipeline chain. So we can still MS pipeline through that. Defense tech and cloaking does not work. So if there is a fight in here, doesn't matter what your defense tech is, it's 0. So your defense is whatever it is on your token, which in the case of the scouts is nothing. And then any type of cloaking. I don't typically do cloaking. If you're doing a competitive game, I'm sure it's extremely popular because you don't want your enemies to find out what you're doing or where you're at. But in this case, they don't know or care, so it's fine. Go team. All right, and then we're gonna get rid of this guy. There are some more minerals over there for our miner to pick up. Might want to think about getting another miner. Currently only have one. And, you know, there are a decent amount of minerals around, but also I'm eventually going to want to go over that nebula. And if I run into any asteroids, I also can get out there with colony ships. I need to remember that as well. Athos is over here. So we're going to get rid of that. We're going to get rid of that. And we're going to put Athos over here. Cool. Okay. We have moved everything we wanted it to move, I think. So we are ready for movement turn 2. We're going to have this scout go here. We're going to have this scout go up this way. This scout's, whoops, going to go this way. Those are our scouts. It becomes a little difficult when you're playing this to remember who you've moved, especially when you're trying to talk to the camera and everything. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll rotate them 90 degrees. And then I know I've moved them, things like that. Currently, I'm doing fine. I don't think I need that. But if you get a lot of stuff out here, that's one thing that I recommend you potentially do. We are going to move our colony ship here. We're going to move our miner. We're going to go to Antares. Again, it doesn't have to be your home planet. It just needs to be a planet with some type of colony on it. So we can go there. And we are actually going to just drop that off. So we'll earn 5 extra next try, or next turn. All right, scouts all moved. Flagship's fine. Miner dropped some stuff off. Cool. All right, we have 3 new places. Start with scout number 1 over here. All right, scout number 1 has found the barren planet in our home system. And I'll say here, I'll tell you in a little minute how that differs from other ones. Okay, scout 2 has found Vortigern, and scout 3 has found Essen. Okay, all of them found planets this turn, which is good. Okay, now barren planets in your home system. So this is a red token. This is a red little colony here. They just come out like normal planets. You cannot colonize them unless you have terraforming 1 technology. If a barren planet comes out in deep space, it starts with aliens on it. And those aliens will kill your scout, assuming that's all you sent in was a scout. And then you can go there, kill the aliens. And then at that point, if you have terraforming 1, you would be able to send a colony ship. Okay, these guys. And Essen. So we have 1 planet, Pheon. That is our last planet that we have not discovered out of all these red ones. So it's kind of nice that we are discovering all the planets pretty quickly. Okay. That was movement phase 2. Let's go to movement phase 3. All right, this scout, I'm going to try to get this scout back to the red. We are going to go through a deep space. So we will be looking at our first deep space. And this guy is going to come this way. And we're going to have this guy go this way. Victory is going to go hang out on Vortigern. Our miner is going to come over here and pick up this mineral. I was going to have the colony ship colonize Sheldon, but now we have 2 planets further away. So because of that, I actually think I'm going to send it all the way to Essen, which means it won't be able to do anything this round, but that's okay because they're getting produced here. And if they're 3 away, I can get my colony ships there. So this one, though, for right now, we're just going to send it here, and we're going to wait, and next round, we're going to send it up to Essen so that we can start colonizing and start getting some CP from there. Okay, I do believe that is everything. So this is our final movement phase. Let's see what we find. Oh, Scout 1 is in deep space, so we're going to do Scout 2 here. Found 5 minerals. Scout 3 found 5 minerals. Already in round 2, I feel like, yeah, I need to buy more than I am. I need to get some more miners out there. I need to get some more MS pipelines out there. I need to get some more colony ships out there, all that fun stuff. All right, let's take a look at our first deep space. These are dangerous. They could be a whole bunch of different stuff. We found ourselves a barren planet, which is cool. It's close. We can terraform it. However, it comes with 4 alien ships on it. And those alien ships are much better than my Scout. In the 1 expansion as well as the new expansion, there are also tiles for these planets. So I'm going to go find it because it just looks cooler on the board and makes it easier to tell what is actually on the board. Second to last one, of course. All right. So this barren planet, Ascalon, another little, there we go, is currently inhabited by these aliens. There we go. My Scout is technically in there, so they are actually going to fight. There's like a little battle board that we could bring out. I'm not going to, because this should be a very quick loss for us. So how a fight works is you're going to look at all the letters. We have an A, 3 C's, and then our lowly Scout is an E. So all of these guys are going to fire on our Scout before our Scout gets to fire back. Our Scout has 1 hull and 0 defense. All of these alien ships have 5 attack. So, 5 attack. So to save some time, all 4 of those aliens are going to attack for the same attack value against the same defense value. You're supposed to roll 1 ship at a time, but we're going to save some time here, and I'm going to roll 4. If any of these are 5 or lower, our Scout's dead. I see a 2, I see a 1, I see a 1, our Scout's dead. Doesn't get to fire back because we never got to the E phase. So this Scout, I'm actually going to replace, and this is just a me thing, I'm going to replace Scout 2 with Scout 1 and Scout 3 with Scout 2, so that when I put these back in my little carrier thing, Scout 3, which is the lowest number, is on the bottom. That's just a me thing. And there's no reason to do that besides I want them in order in my little containers. Okay, but the barren planet is good because we can send a colony ship there once we do terraforming and once we clear it of alien ships. Plus, if we do that, we get one of those alien tech cards. So we'll get some other type of special ability that we learned from these aliens prior to blowing them up, I suppose. That is the end of our movement phase. So we are going to go to an economy phase. So we're going to collect income. Let me bring this out here again while I can. Eventually, I don't think I'll be able to, but we're going to do it. Okay, so our colony still gets us 30. It will for the rest of the game unless it's getting attacked. We did get some minerals. We got these 5 minerals. So I'm going to pop this off. And then we have 1, 2, 3 from other colonies. Okay, so we got 5 minerals. So that 30 actually should have been 33. We'll change that. And then our MS pipeline, I'm going to get 2 extra. You don't get 1 for your home planet. They have to be connected to your home planet, but you don't get 1 for your home planet. So I'm going to get 1 here and 1 here for 2 from our MS pipelines. Cool. All right, so that is 47. Our maintenance is down to 2, halved to 1. So our maintenance actually stays the same at 1, which leaves us with 46 CP to buy things this round. Okay. Well, I gotta say, I really do want terraforming. We have 2 barren planets on the board. I'm going to go ahead and get terraforming 1. So that is minus 20 for terraforming 1. That's only going to leave us with 26. I want 3 colony ships. And those cost 8 apiece. That's going to leave us with 2 left over. Also, I should have done this. I usually forget, but you can always count. For your maintenance, down on the bottom here, there's a maintenance increase and a maintenance decrease. So technically, my maintenance decreased by 1. It's tricky in this game, though, because my maintenance really wasn't 1. It was 3. So I'm probably not going to use this down there. I will probably try either switch my maintenance to be the full amount, and in parentheses I'll put half, or I'll figure some way out to do it. It's not difficult to figure out what your maintenance is. You just have to look at your ships and count up the hull. Flagship doesn't count, and all the other ships that don't have a hull on the board also don't count. But we'll carry 2 over. Okay, now we got to roll and see what our our pals do. All right, we are on turn 2, so they are only rolling 1 die each. All right, a 2, a 3, and a 4. We're going to start with yellow. They rolled a 4. And if we go over here, a 4 is tech. And these are cumulative, by the way, which we'll see the first time somebody doubles up what they get. But that is 5 tech. Blue has a 3. That is 5 fleet. Okay. And there is a 2 for green, which is also 5 fleet. All right. Now, we normally would make a fleet launch, which they automatically launch. However, it has to be at least 6 CP in the fleet column for them to launch. So they will not be launching a fleet. All right. That is the end of their economic phase. And we are ready to finish up ours here. All right. So we did all this fun stuff. We do need to increase colonies. So these 1s are going to flip to 3s. You should do them in top-down order too, because this can also get confusing as to which ones have you flipped and which ones have you not flipped. And I don't think I have another colony ship that I'm making a fleet out of, or a thing out of. Okay, I did buy 3 colony ships, so let's place those. They go here. Okay, and we are ready for movement phase 1. This side is probably going to need some help from that other scout. Yeah, so we're going to have this scout start heading this way as opposed to staying up there. This scout will have to come around here. There is still, I know that there is a black hole in the home system, and there's a 40% chance that a black hole will also take out a scout. We will move this scout here. This miner is going to go here and drop off his minerals and get ready for next round to go grab another one. This colony ship is going to go up here to Essen, where it will remain and become a colony. Okay. Well, we are going to have this 2 of these colony ships are just going to go in here to get over here. And I learned terraforming, so we're going to go ahead and send this colony ship towards Anion because we can now terraform it. All right. That was turn 1. So now we are going to pull 2 reds. Scout 1 has found some asteroids. Scout 2 has found another nebula. All right, so asteroids are very similar to nebula, except it is attack instead of defense. So if you fight in asteroids, your attack tech is considered 0. All right, get rid of these 2. We need an asteroid, and we need a nebula. But because of our thing, we can also now colonize these asteroids and start making some money off of them, which is cool. And if we get 1 more terraforming, we can effectively do the same thing to the nebula. Just start farming it for some CP. So 2 nebula, 1 asteroids out there. If a planet gets destroyed, by the way, most of them on the back have asteroids. Oh, this one doesn't. But most of them on the back do. And yeah, they get blowed up and they get turned into asteroids because of their, blowed upness. All right. So now we are going, let's see. Yeah, this guy doesn't have much of a choice. Let me go there. This one, I'm gonna have him go here. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Actually, we'll have him go here. Hit those 3. Where's our miner? Our miner is going to go pick up these minerals. Cool. This colony ship is going to move 1 closer to there. Oh, we are in turn 2. Both of these colony ships are going to go on to Sheldon. One of them will stay there, and one will move on to Athos. I think that's everybody. Okay. So, still looking at our home world area here. So, Scout 1 has found more minerals. Scout 2 has found more asteroids. Oops. All right, all right. Okay. Well, that's it. Let's go ahead and move to movement phase 3. This colony ship will end up here. This colony ship will go over to Athos. Our miner is going to go drop this off up here. Doesn't matter where they drop. Oh, no, he's not going to do that because that doesn't have a colony on it yet. I forgot. So he'll drop it off here instead. Okay. Scout ships. This one's going to go here. This one's going to go here. Colony, colony, colony. Miner, colony. Perfect. All right. 2 more to look at here. Scout Ship 1 has found more minerals. Scout Ship 2 has found more minerals. Cool. Okay. That is the end of our 3rd movement phase. Yep. All right. So we're going to collect colony income. Again, it's getting busy out here, so I'm going to just kind of do it down here and I'll explain what we have going on. So our home system has 30, and then we have 3 3s for 9 for a total of 39. We carried over 2. We did get 2 minerals this round, so that'll be 10 for minerals, and then remove those guys here. Okay. MS Pipelines is still just 2. I didn't build any more. All right. Our maintenance is still 1. So our subtotal, let's see here, 49 plus 4 is 53 minus 1. So we have 52 CP to play with here. It's getting to the point where we might get a small fleet launched on us, which if we get a small fleet launched on us, we don't need like a huge armada to go after it or anything like that. But we also currently have no offensive ships besides our scouts, who, as we've seen, don't do a great job. So with our 52, it's probably time to start thinking tech-wise, as you know, what we want to build. I'm not going to build anything this round. They also only move at a rate of 1 per turn, I believe. So 1, 2, 3, we would have a couple other rounds to potentially get something. I could also build a base on there, and a base can probably take out a very small fleet, which is what they'll be coming at us with potentially. So for the time being, we're going to focus on some tech and getting more colony ships, because we have 1, technically only 1. There is still 1 left. One of these 2 is going to be a planet, but we also have these asteroids. So with the asteroids, we can go and we could put a colony ship on there as well. That's our ability. So I think we want to do that. So again, I do want to build 3 colony ships, because we do have 1, 2, 3 colonies, or 3 places where we could put them. And I think I'm going to build a 4th, knowing that one of these 2 is going to be a planet that we can put a colony ship on. So that's going to be 4 colony ships, which is going to cost 32. That leaves us with 20. Man. So I think we're going to do a ship size level 3 for 15, which will leave us with 5 to carry over next round. Before we do the aliens, let's go ahead and finish up the increased colonies. So these 3s are going to become 5s. Now, to make it easier on myself, I don't put 5 colonies on there. You may have noticed there's already 5 colonies on some of these planets, so it can get confusing when that's sitting there and you don't have anything there. So I just bought little bead things that are cubes. So any one of these I know is worth 5 CP. So I'm just going to mark our 3s all going to 5s. And then we have 3 colony ships here. Those are going to come off. Actually, we're just going to get 1 more and put it right back on our home planet, because we just bought 4 colony ships. And these are going to become 1s. Like so. And again, that's just something I do to make it easier when I'm looking at the board. I know my home planet is 30. I can count all the little square or little cubes. I know those are each worth 5, and then I can look for these things as opposed to putting one of these basically out there, which that kind of has built in. It's just easier for my eyes. Another little thing that I do that most people probably don't. Oh, I forgot about this colony ship over here. That should also be a 1. There we go. All right. So yeah, our income's gonna start coming in a little better here, slowly but surely. Okay, so let's go ahead and roll. We are rolling 2 dice now for each of our alien players. Again, just going to roll them all at the same time and do them in order. Okay, yellow has a 4-0. Blue has an 8-1, and I know for a fact that that 1 is another econ roll for the rest of the game. And green has a 2-3. So let's see what we got here. Yellow's 4 is going to be fleet. So their fleet is existent now. They were the last one to have some fleet points. The 0 is defense, which again is doubled. So that's going to be 10 into their defense CP. Blue has a 1, which is going to be econ. So we go 3 rounds. All right, 1, 2, 3. And then we just add another econ roll for them also for the rest of the game. That is annoying. I was playing a game to try to refresh myself how to play the bots, really. And I think it was green rolled the econ roll 4 in a row. I'm like that. So they were rolling plus 4 dice for the rest of the game. That was great. Okay. And we have a 2 and a 3 for green, both of which are fleet. So we're going to add 10 to their existing 5, and they now have 15 in their fleet. All right. That means they are going to launch. So the fleet launch is a 1 to 10. So no reason to even roll for it. They're going to launch a fleet from green. So we are just going to choose one. We're going to choose Fleet Katana here. We're going to put it right there. And then down here, they have a little Fleet CP. That does mean we need to get some type of defense over there. Now, luckily, they're going to target a colony that is closest to them in terms of economic rounds. So they can effectively move 3. So if there were a colony within 3 and 3 colonies within 4, they would go after the 3. Next, they are going to choose the one just physically closer to them. If there is still a tie, they're going to choose the one with the least amount of defense. So currently, the closest one to them is actually this barren planet down here. The closest one to ours. I'll have to look up and see if they go after alien ships. I don't know if they do, but if they do, these guys will most likely take them out. All right, so what we do in this case is we're going to come down here. There's a little fleet CP section. So for their first fleet, they have 15 CP for the fleet. This most likely is going to lead to them building as many ships as they can with 15 CP. Now, that's not many. If we look here, a scout costs 6 and a destroyer costs 9. To build a destroyer, they need ship size of 2. Well, they're going to get to roll to see if they get a ship size of 2. Spoiler alert, they do. They automatically get it. It's a roll of 1 to 10. So most likely this fleet, and not most likely, this fleet is going to have a destroyer and a scout in it. That's going to be what the fleet's coming at us, is a destroyer and a scout. So those are the 2 weakest ships, but again, that destroyer is a lot better than both of, even if we can get both of our scouts over there, the destroyer is quite a bit better. I think it says on here what it has. Yeah, destroyer attacks in D. Its attack is 4. It doesn't have any defense, but its attack is 1 higher than our scout, and it attacks before our scouts. So 2 scouts might be able to take those out. You know, at the end of the day, you are rolling dice. But I would like to get, let's see, our ship size is 3, which means we can build cruisers. They attack in C. They also have an attack of 4, but they do have a defense of 1. So if we can get a couple cruisers next round, we could potentially fight those guys off without losing anybody. I'd also like to take out these alien ships, so that's kind of something I'm thinking about doing here. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be same distance. Okay, so we are ready for movement phase 1. I am tempted not to reveal these now, because if I don't reveal them, I know that they are coming this way. Let's see here. Let me double check the rule book to see. There's a bunch of rules here for the alien player. There also is a new alien player bot in the All Good Things expansion. It's 18 pages of rules, I think. So I started to try to learn that, and I just decided to come back to this and attempt to just learn this. Okay. All right. Will it move into a colony that is not mine? AV fleet will always move toward the colony it can reach in the fewest number of economic phases. Okay. If it's tied for that, it's closest. So yeah, I think it's going after this colony with the alien ships, because that is the closest colony. When it moves, it does not reveal deep space markers. It just goes right past them. But this one has already been revealed, and that is the closest colony. So I don't think I'm going to reveal. Well, this one would still be, yeah, we're going to reveal this one. So we're going to have this scout go in here, because it would still be further away than here. So they wouldn't attack there. This scout, though, is going to hold off, because one of those two is Theon, and I know that because you know how many planets you have at the beginning. Okay, we do want to move some colony ships, so we've got 4 here. We're going to move. Our goal was asteroids. Yeah, so we're just going to move all 4 of them here, and actually we'll move one of them in here. All right, and our miner is going to go clean up these 2 over here, I think. So we'll move him there. We will start moving Victory over to that side. Victory currently is our only ship that could potentially stop that fleet. It is a 4 attack, 1 defense. It does have 3 hull, though, so it needs hit 3 times before it gets destroyed. If there's any damage on ships after the fight is over, damage goes away. So as long as it doesn't die, it'll be back to full. All right. I think that'll do it. So we do have 1 to reveal. And let's see. Random. It is a black hole. Okay. So with a black hole, you roll a die. And again, this is on here. I'm pretty sure it's a 7 to 10, but I'm going to double check. Yep. On a 7 to 10, that scout is dead. It's a 2. So the scout is fine. The black hole stays a black hole. Any ship that goes in there has to make that exact same roll. And if it's a 7 to 10, ship's lost. Now, I do believe you can have MS pipelines go in here, I think, and you wouldn't have to make that roll. Assuming the MS pipeline makes the roll. That kind of connects them and shows you the way through the black hole, basically. Okay. Fleet is going to head out at the end of that turn. Okay, movement turn 2. We're just going to have this scout go into deep space. We're going to have Victory head that way. We're going to have our miner go grab this mineral. We're going to have, okay, so we now know this is a planet. So this colony ship is going to head that way in anticipation. All 3 of these colony ships are going to head there. I want 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. So we'll be able to get 2 of those into place here this round. All right. And I don't remember if I moved my miner, but I think I did. And that's what I was saying. Sometimes it pays to rotate them after you've moved them. Okay, we do have 1 tile here to look at. So we see we've got a supernova. Nope, I don't need that out there. All right. So a supernova for the rest of the game is a dead space. I don't remember what happens. I think I either get displaced or you blow up, which would make sense that you would blow up. But at the same time, wouldn't you see a supernova coming at you? Or you coming at it, rather? One additional terrain. Sorry, I just don't remember. Yep, you have to retreat from the hex that you just left. So I have to retreat into the black hole, which I do believe means I need to make another roll. That is a 6, so still good. Still good. Okay. All right, so we moved our colony ships. All right, this guy is going to move here. Third and final movement phase, we are going to move Victory here. We will have this scout come this way. Again, in case we need offense, that's a little bit. We'll have a colony come in here. We'll have 2 colonies come in here. We'll have this colony ship jump in here. We will have our miner drop that off. That's us. All right, so this fleet is going to move in here. And that is the end of this turn. So we're going to go into an economic phase, knowing that there is going to be a fight here, which is kind of fine by us. If they take out some of those aliens, we can swoop in, finish them off maybe, and get that alien tech card that hopefully is cool. Okay, so we have 30 points with our homeworld, and then 15 more because I see 3 beads. So that is 45, 46, 47, 48, 49 CP. Okay. Minerals, we had 1 mineral this turn for 5. MS pipelines, there's still only 2. I need to build more MS pipelines. Our maintenance is still 1. Okay. So we've got 61 minus 1. So we do have 60. Oh, I guess it's supposed to be down here. We do have 60 to spend on whatever we want. So we are good on colony ships for right now. We have terraforming 1, which is good. It's probably time to build. So we're going to do ship size 4 minus 20. That's going to leave us with 40. But with ship size 4, we can build battle cruisers. They cost 15 each. We have 40 left, so let's build 2 battle cruisers. That's going to leave us with 10. The battle cruisers do have hull size of 2, so that's technically 4 more maintenance. So I'm going to do 4 maintenance here, which is actually 2. And so our maintenance next turn will only go up by 2 because of the scenario that we drew. Okay. And battle cruisers fire at B have 5 attack, 1 defense, and 2 hull size. So for now, I think that's a pretty decent ship for us. So let's go grab those. All right, battle cruiser. I'm just going to group them together. So I'm just going to put a 2 underneath them. And that signifies 2 battle cruisers in that group. Okay. Now we need to upgrade our colonies. So the 1s are going to become 3s. We don't have any 3s that become 5s. We had that one round where we just kind of spread out further to get over here to Essen. And then that next round we colonized 4, which was pretty good. Okay, and then we've got a colony because of our card, our Empire Advantage card, we can colonize asteroids. So that's one. That's going to be one. And then this one's going to go to that asteroid later for us to colonize that. But for the time being, those are the ones we have. This colony ship eventually will go here because we know that's a planet. Or if we clear this off, they could also go there. So we will eventually need at least one more colony ship for those two planets that are going to be there. Okay. That was us. Let's see with these econ rolls what's going down with our alien players. All right. They're each still rolling 2 except yellow. This is their first round of their bonus econ roll. So they're going to be rolling 3. Green technically has no fleet anymore. Their fleet is 0 because the CP is in this fleet. So I don't think we'll need to worry about another, well, potentially could have another fleet launch from them. Let's see what we got. All right, starting with yellow, we have a 3, a 5, and an 8. Oops, that was a 4. And that's a 9 and a 6. Okay, 3, 5, 8 for yellow. We're in turn 4. A 3 and a 5 are fleet, so they are going to have 10 fleet. That gets them a total of 15 fleet. The 8 is tech, so their tech gets added, 5 gets added to it, so they will be at 10, and that's them. Then we've got an 8 and a 4, nope, a 9 and a 6 for blue. A 9 is defense, so blue is going to get 10 defense because it doubles. And the 6 is tech, so their tech will also become 10. And green, an 8 and a 4. 4 is fleet, so they do have 5 fleet, which is not enough to launch another fleet. And then 8 is tech, which will give them 10 tech. Okay, so we need to see, blue will not launch a fleet because it only has 5. Green will not launch a fleet because it only has 5. Yellow might launch a fleet. So let's see here. On a 1 to 5. That is a 3. Yellow is launching a fleet. So these 15 points come down to the bottom of the sheet here. I think that's off camera, but they had 15 fleet points, which now comes down here just to represent the active fleet. We will take one of their fleet markers and put it over there. And that's really all we need to do for now. So we have 2 fleets on the board. One is heading towards an alien ship. These guys are heading towards Essen. Okay. Yeah. They can't get to Essen this turn, luckily. Next turn, we will have to build a base on Essen because I do not think anybody can get there. Okay. We have 10 points that we are carrying over, and we are ready to do some moving. All right. Well, we know this colony ship wants to go here. We know that. We're going to have this miner go here. The fleet's going to be coming in and attacking those aliens, which again, I think the aliens will destroy them. I'm hoping they take out 1 or 2 aliens with them, though. That would be cool. And I don't think there's anything we can do. No, our victory can't get over there. And our battle cruisers can't get over there to Essen. So yeah, we're going to have to build a base and hope that it holds next round. Okay. Well, we're going to move victory into here. We're going to move a scout into here. We're going to move this scout down here. We're going to go to Anion just in case they miraculously take out those aliens, which they won't. I'm going to move there just in case so that we are ready to at least defend a little bit. Okay. So we are now ready for a fight. Well, not us, but in general. All right, so this is a handy little sheet I picked up. This is actually doesn't take into effect any of the new stuff, but I don't think I'm playing with any of the new stuff that actually goes with it. Okay, so they launched a fleet. Oh, I was supposed to do this. No, I don't think I was. Okay. AP movement. Yeah, here we go. All right. So you just follow this flow chart basically. If the alien player has seen human fighters, it hasn't. If it has seen human mines, it hasn't. If it has seen raiders, it hasn't. So now we're just going to roll to see what, if they get a new ship size upgrade. Well, it's a roll of 1 to 10, so they're going to. So the green aliens ship size is now 2. And again, this pretty much takes effect immediately for them. This is kind of telling you how to build their stuff. So their ship size is 2. Now that costs 10 CP. I don't know. I think that they spend that. Yeah, it says purchase tech. So do they have? They do. They have. So we're keeping track of how much tech CP they have. They have 10. So they just spent all 10 of their tech CP on that. So I'm just going to cross out their 10 tech CP. So we don't need to roll for any other upgrades for them because they're out of tech CP. They can't upgrade anything else, which means they're just going to build their fleet with the best ships they can using as much CP as they can. Well, they can build a destroyer and a scout. So I'm going to grab their stuff here. They have a destroyer and a scout. That's the scout. Destroyer is the other one. And we're just going to kind of move those guys right in here. All right, so their destroyer fires at D and is a 4-0 attack defense. The scout fires an E and is a 3-0 attack defense. So let me get these guys out of here. So the alien ships are the same alien ships we went up against. The worst they have in terms of their fire is Cs. So because the defense is the same on these and the hull size is the same on these, there's no real reason to roll less than all 4. That's not true. We'll do one at a time. Oh no, yeah it is. So all of their attacks are 5. There's no defense over here. So on 5 or less, it's a hit. They are going to target the destroyer first and then the scout because the destroyer has higher attack. So we have a 5, a 2, a 3, and a 0. So 3 hits on 2 ships. They are destroyed. So again, early on, the fleets that are coming in aren't that great. And honestly, the alien ships are pretty good. So we are going to have to be careful over there when the yellows attack. That's why I want to get a base out. And I assume I can, but I might not be able to yet. Let's see here. Base. Yeah, okay. Looks like we can. It costs 12, but it fires on A. It fires with 7 attack, has 2 defense, and has 3 hull. So a base is probably good enough over there in Essen to hopefully defend, because we will not be able to get there in time. Okay, so that was movement attack 1. This fleet has been destroyed, thanks to our really not so friendly aliens. Okay, so that was that. All right, that was movement turn 1. It's time for movement turn 2. Okay. Well, we can have this scout now go discover this last planet. And then we are going to have this miner drop this off and hang out. Colony ships where it needs to be. This scout will just have, I guess, come hang out here. We might as well start and try to find maybe some more stuff out here with the scouts until they blow up. Oh, I forgot to move these guys. So we're going to move these guys twice because they are going to head towards Essen to try to help out. Victory is also now going to kind of head towards the middle of the board as well. Okay. Oh, I forgot to move these guys. So they should be heading towards Essen right there. All right, so then turn 3. Oops, I'm sorry. We need to reveal this. I mean, this better be a planet. Either that or I mess something up real good. Hey, look, it's a planet. All right, we are now done with this bag. We are out of home world tiles. Cool. Okay. Now it's time for turn 3. So we are going to get that colony ship up there. We'll have that scout go in here. We'll have this scout go in here. We'll have Victory just go here. Our battle cruisers are going to go in there. Our miner is going to head towards where there's minerals, which is that general direction. And then I think that's it. So these guys are going to move there. And then we are ready for another economic phase. Okay. I also just realized I have been forgetting to draw crew cards. So I technically could have hired crew with those battle cruisers. So I'm just going to draw 2 real quick and see if I want either one of them. All right, we have the security officer. All friendly crew in the same fleet as this officer get -2 to all survival rolls. All ships in the group get +1 to defense against boarding ships. If on a flagship, select 1 additional group. Okay, so not using that one because I'm not playing with most of the stuff that they help out with. All right, Commodore, use up to 4 ships in a single group that are in battle against a fleet with this crew card. Cannot retreat until round 3. This group is chosen at the start of combat. If on battleships, this applies to all opposing ships. All right, don't want either of those anyway, so we are good. Okay. Oh, I forgot to reveal these too. What am I doing? Starting to get confusing. So 1 and 2. We've got danger. We've got danger. Okay. Scouts are both dead. That's space for you. No one can hear you scream. There's danger everywhere. Okay. Well, that's going to lower our maintenance a little bit. By 1, really. So technically 2. But everything's half. So our maintenance next turn is just going to be 2 for our 2 battle cruisers. Okay, and now we can do our economic phase. So we've got 30 plus 15. It's 45. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 threes, which is 12 for 57, 58, 59. Okay. We've got 5 resources or minerals that were brought back thanks to our miner. Okay. We still only have the 2 MS pipelines. I really should do something about that. All right, so that is going to be 74. Yeah. All right. I normally don't like doing this, but I'm going to research movement. And again, I'm doing auto upgrades, which means our battle cruisers will have, for the first turn of movement, our battle cruisers will have 2 movement. So they can get to Essen and hopefully stop what's coming in over there at Essen. I think because of that, I don't think I'm going to put a base over there. I'm hoping that 2 battle cruisers can take out what's most likely just going to be a destroyer and a scout again. Okay. All right, so that's -20. And then you know what? I think we're just going to do attack and defense. So that's another -40. So we have 14 to play with. And yeah, that sounds like 4 MS pipelines, which is 12. We will carry 2 over. Again, that could be very bad planning, but that economy is not great yet, so I want to get that economy up before we start building our attack forces here. Okay. Before we go into what the alien players are going to do, let's go ahead and upgrade our colonies. So all the 3s become 5s. And again, I am just putting this little thing on there to denote it is a 5. Okay. And then any 3s that we have, or I'm sorry, any 1s that we have become 3s, so they just flip. Like so. And then this colony ship will become a 1. Okay. That, I believe, was everybody. Oh, this colony ship will also become a 1. Okay. Cool. Yeah, okay. I think that is time for them. Economy phase 5 for them is still 3 rolls for yellow and 2 for the other 2. Here we go. Okay. Whoops, that was a 0. 0, 5, and 8 for yellow. The 5 is fleet, so they will have 5 fleet. The 0 is defense, so they will be up to 20 defense. The 8 is tech, I think. Yep, tech, so they will have 15 tech. Okay, I mean, they're about to spend some of that. Once they get to Essen, they will spend some of that for their ship size, but that's all right. Blue has a 0 and a 6. The 0 is more defense, so they are now up to 20 defense. And the 6 is tech, so they have 20 tech. All right, green, 3 and 9. 9 is tech, green is fleet, or 3 is fleet. So they will have 10 fleet and 5 tech. All right, so yellow and green, nope, only green. On a 1, 2, or 3, nope, would have launched another fleet. Yellow does not have enough, and blue does not have enough yet to launch fleets. Okay. Let's see here. So we bought 4 MS pipelines. I'm going to start doing, I think, speed movement, just common sense speed movement. And I'll show you what I mean here in just a second. First things first, in the first round of movement, our ships now have 2 movement. So we are going to get these battle cruisers over to Essen. Our miner is going to go over here. Victory, I think Victory is also going to go over there with a movement of 2. Okay. That movement of 2, I do not believe is for the pipelines. So what we're going to do is all 4 of these pipelines are going to move here for the time being. And here's what I mean by speed movement. All right, I know where these pipelines are going. So on their second movement, one's going to go here, one's going to go here, and the other one's going to go here. On the third movement, that one will go there. So now those 3 are also connected. The pipelines have done all of their movement phases. It's not going to impact anything else. The only thing it would potentially impact would be if this fleet blows up Essen, they're then going to come here and try to blow up Athos, and technically the pipeline wouldn't be there yet, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So the pipelines are just there where they need to be. All right, so at the end of that turn, yellow is going to come in here. Now, we know yellow is going to upgrade its ship size because it's a 1 to 10 roll. That means that their tech is going to go down by 10, which means they've only got 5 tech left. And because they only have 5 tech left, the cheapest other tech is 10. So they are not going to learn any more techs. They're going to spend all 15 of that fleet's CP on a destroyer and a scout, just like the first fleet from the green fleet. So let's find a destroyer and a scout, and then we are going to go into battle. Let's put that there. And we'll put that there. Okay. So our battle cruisers have +1 attack and +1 defense, and they are attacking on B. And so I have 2 of them. Boom, 2 of them there. Okay. So their attack is 6, and they are attacking destroyer with a defensive 0 and a scout with a defensive 0. So we're going to roll 1 die. We'll do 1 at a time since there's only 2. We're going to go after the destroyer first. So we need a 6 or lower. That is a 3, so the destroyer is down. And now we need a 6 or lower to destroy the scout. That is a 5, the scout is down. So that fleet has been destroyed. Now there is, and I read the rules on it and I was thinking about playing with it, there is experience in the game. I decided against it because with the recording and 3 alien players going on, I didn't think I would remember. I've already forgotten to draw crew cards, so I didn't think I would really do a very good job of remembering the experience, so I'm not playing with it. But it does look pretty cool, and you can get different bonuses if like you send veteran in against non-veterans. So, okay. Also, I'll erase those fleets down here because they are destroyed. The yellow and green ones. Okay, so that was the end of the first movement phase. Cool. So second movement phase. There are no other fleets on the board. I honestly don't know if the battle cruisers can take out these alien ships. The alien ships are better than what we've been fighting from the alien players. I think we're going to leave them over here, and we might try to go take yellow out since it's getting that bonus roll. Not this turn, but on a future turn. We are going to move Victory over here. Our miner is going to go pick this up. Our MS pipelines already did their movement. Okay. Third round of movement. We are going to have the miner drop this off here. It's a colony, so they can do that. And we are going to have Victory also hop in to Essen. And I do believe that's all we need to do there. So we're ready for another economic phase. And we need to get something out there that can reveal the tiles for our attack group. If we are going to be going after yellow, Vasir over there, we don't want to just dive into nothingness because, you know, we could just die. So let's figure out our colony CP. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 little bead markers here. So we know that's 35 plus the 30 is 65 with our home world. And then we have 6 more for 71, 72, 73. We carried 2 over. We found 1 mineral worth 5, which is one of ours. Our MS pipeline has finally gone up though. So these pipelines connect now 5 planets to our home system. So we are getting 5 bonus CP from those. Our maintenance is still 2 for those battle cruisers. Okay, so that is 83 CP to spend. Now it's getting to the point though where we can't. Actually, what did I do last round? Okay, cool. I didn't cheat last round. Our shipyard can only build 4 hull. That's just 2 battle cruisers. And that's assuming we don't get larger ships. So we are going to spend 20 of our points on the shipyard tech. So now it can build 6 points worth. Starting next round, it can build 6 points worth. We are then going to, I think we're going to build another. I'm going to do exploration, which costs 15. That is going to give Victory, our flagship, the ability to peek at these during the movement phase. He does not have to go, they don't have to go into them, but you can peek at one and look at it. And depending on what it is, we can go into there. We know it's free and clear. So that costs 15. Okay. And then let's see. I think we're going to build another shipyard. You can build shipyards on any planet, or in our case, also asteroid, that has gotten CP this round. So if we really wanted to, we could build a shipyard like up on these asteroids or over here, so that the next time a fleet attacks, we can actually just build our ships there. Which isn't a terrible idea, but you can only build one shipyard per planet per turn. So I'd only be able to do a one. I couldn't spend, I think it's 12 per shipyard. I couldn't spend 36 and drop a 3 shipyard over here in one turn, which you want to, because, that's kind of your defense you got going on. But I am tempted to at least do that somewhere over on this side, especially since I haven't gotten the MS pipelines over there yet. I also could just get MS pipelines over there. So I would need one here, and ideally in all 3. So that would be 4 more. And I need 1 more over here, which would be a 5th. And then really up there as well. Okay, so we're going to build a shipyard on our home planet. Let me just double check that I'm correct, that costs 12. I am incorrect. It costs 6. Okay, so we're going to build a shipyard for 6. So this 4 is going to become a 5. Now, because we did that, we can, with those, you can immediately build more. So our shipyard tech is at, we just learned that to get it to 2. So we can't use that. However, we can build 5 hull worth of stuff here. And I'm going to build 5 MS pipelines, which is going to be 15. So we spent a total of 21 on ships. Let's go ahead and grab those 5 MS pipelines. Okay. Put those out. Oh, this is also round 6. So I should draw 2 crew cards. However, I'm not building anything that they could go into, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not even going to draw the 2 crew cards. All right, we have researched 35, and we have bought 21. So 56. We can carry over 30, but we might as well learn another tech. Yeah, let's go ahead and spend another 30. And we're going to learn attack 2. Okay. Oh, nope, we can't spend 30. Yeah. We've overspent by 5. Okay, so we have not yet learned attack 2. Let's go with terraforming 2, maybe? We have 2 nebula. We'll have to buy some miners, which isn't a terrible idea. I probably should have done that already. So terraforming 2, that would be 81. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to do terraforming 2, which costs 25. We've spent 81 over 83, so 2 will carry over. Okay. Now what that means is we can send our miners to the nebula and flip them, and they will start to produce us 5 CP per round as well. So obviously we want to clean up these minerals first. Next round I will most likely try to build another miner so that we can clean up the minerals a little quicker, but also get to both nebula. And if we find more out there, we could always send them, especially if we destroy yellow and we find more over here, because they won't really get attacked. Okay, Let's see what our alien friends are going to do. They are now rolling 3, and blue is starting to roll its extra. So blue and yellow are actually each rolling 4, and green is rolling 3. So I think that's how we're going to have to take them out. I think yellow, then blue, and then green. So we're going to have to start working on that. Okay, we'll start with a yellow. And I see another 1, which is, oh boy, 2 more 1s. Yeah, we got to get yellow done quickly. Okay, this is the last round that 1s are bonus econ rolls, and every color rolled at least 1 1. So that's great. All right, so we're gonna go 3 more rounds. It's getting harder to put this up here, but so we are here. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and it's the following round here. So 1, 1. Okay, and then green also got 1, and so did blue. Just 1 each, I think, right? Yeah. So I'm just going to do those at the same time since I'm in a check mark kind of mood here. Or a tally mark kind of mood, I guess. That is at least green's first one. So yeah, that's good. Okay, so all the 1s are taken care of for everybody. Cool. A 6 and a 3 for yellow. 3 is going to get them some more fleet. So they do have a 10 fleet now, so they may launch. A 6 is going to get them, more fleet. So it's actually 15. Okay, done with yellow. Blue, a 0 is going to be more defense. All right, they're going to be hard to take down. That defense just goes right into either mines or bases. So we're going to need to research minesweeping and build some minesweepers because mines just straight up blow up a ship. Every mine blows up a ship. So that's not super fun. A 3 and a 4, which I do believe are both fleet. Yes. So now blue has 15 fleet and could potentially launch. Green, a 4 and an 8. The 4 is going to be fleet. That is 15 fleet. The 8 is tech, which gives them 10 total tech. All right, we're going to roll 1 of each. On a 1 to 4, they launch fleets. We have a 4 for green, a 10, and an 8. So green is going to launch another fleet. But again, they're heading, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4. They are now heading to Fion, which is not great. We're going to need to get some defense over there. Yeah. I was going to, well, we could do the pipelines, and then next turn, yeah, we could build something next turn to get up there to help them. Also could build a base. Bases are pretty nice. You're limited in how many you could build to the number of chits that there are. So I don't really want to just put them. I feel like those are pretty good places though, because those are where that's going to get attacked quite a bit. All right, we're ready for our movement phase. Where are we? I don't remember if I advanced those. 5. I did not. Okay. So these 3s become 5s. This 1 becomes a 3. Okay. And now we're ready. Okay, well, we can send our battle cruisers this way. Yeah. So our first movement phase, our movement is 2. So since our movement is 2, I think we're just going to make them straight across. So 2, put them there. Okay. We have now learned exploration. So we're going to have our victory over here start to try to clear a path for yellow. Meanwhile, we have all these pipelines. So they're going to move 1 here. on the first movement. The fleet is then going to move here. Oh, our miner, sorry. Our miner is going to go grab this. Okay. That was the first movement. Second movement, I'm just going to do them right off the bat. They're going to move 1. Our pipelines are going to move 1, 2 here, and 3 here. Our miner is going to bring that back here and drop it off because it is producing. And our battle cruiser is just going to come over here. Oh, I forgot the peak last turn. So in the first turn, victory would have peaked at this one. And that just means you basically can flip it without actually moving there. And they have found a space wreck. And then they will, last turn, they would have moved there at that point. So now this turn, they are going to peak at this one. And they have found a barren planet. So this is why peaking is nice, because it is not going to get destroyed now. It's not going to move in there. You do have to put it out. There it is. There we are. And then we're going to draw 4 aliens for it. Oop. And actually, I think these are supposed to be face down because we technically didn't go there, so we didn't encounter them. Not 100% sure on that, but that's how we're going to do it. All right. All right. I think that was everybody. So move 3. We're going to move 1 pipeline here, 2 pipelines. Actually, we'll move a pipeline. I assume the pipeline work. When this race researches terraform, they may colonize asteroids exactly as if they were a barren planet. So yeah, we can put a pipeline there, and that'll get us a bonus. And we will put 1 there. Actually, at that point, we can send both of these up because they are now connected this way. Our miner will go grab this. Nom nom. Our battle cruisers will jump in here. Our victory, let's go ahead and peek at this guy. Just trying to find a way into Vassar at this point. And that's a mineral. So that is safe for us to move into. Which we will. Okay. Okay, and these guys will move here. So we will have a fight here. Our battle cruisers can get there next turn and should hopefully be enough. That is a fleet of, I don't think I marked it, but it's another 15 fleet. I should mark that here. Okay. And okay. Cool, cool. All right. Econ phase. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 visible guys. So that's 45 plus 30 is 75, 78, 79. So 79 from our colony CP. We carried 2 over. We found 1 mineral worth 5. Our MS pipelines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We now have 7 worth of MS pipeline. Still a maintenance of 2. Okay. That is 92 CP to use. Okie doke. Let's see here. Our shipyard is now a 5 shipyard with shipyard 1 tech. So we can build 7.5 points worth, 7.5 hull worth of ships out of there. Okay. I think we're gonna want to start building some offense here. So let's go ahead and what does, if we go with ship tech 5, we can do battleships. They're an A5, 2 defense, 3 hull size. That might be good enough for now. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're going to do ship size 5, which costs 20. And battleships cost, they cost 20 as well. Let's go ahead and get defense. Oh no, we don't have attack 2 yet. So we are going to get attack 2. That costs 30. And let's get defense 2. That costs 30. So we only have 12 left. And with that 12, this I think is going to be the last round of economy, which is probably way too long. I've gotten pretty lucky, though, with the other fleets for the other baddies here. So we have 12 left. We're going to do 4 MS pipelines. And we will have 0 to carry over next round. But I want to get pipelines here, here, here. And there's one already on its way here. So that should connect everything. So we'll be getting our max income from the pipelines until we get these barren planets good and blowed up. All right. Alien players. Yellow is rolling 4, as is blue, and 3 for green. Okay, I think they're all the same. Yeah. Okay. No more extra rolls for them, though, so that's good. All right, which is good because there's 3 ones in there. All right, 2, 3, 3, and 7 for yellow. 2, 3, 3 is fleet, so that's 15 more fleet, which will get them 30. And then the 7 is tech, which will get them back up to 10 tech. That is yellow. All right, 1156 for blue. 115 is fleet, so blue now has a fleet of 30. So yeah, their fleets are getting larger, and if they launch, we're definitely going to need something more out there than what we have. The 6 is tech. That is 25 tech. Green has 1, 3, and 6. So the 1 and the 3 are fleet, which will get them a fleet of 10. And the 6 is tech, which will get them 15 tech. But they already have a fleet out there, so that's why they're a little behind. All right, let's roll and see if there are any launched fleets. 1 to 4 is a launched fleet. Green and yellow. Okay. So we'll put a fleet marker over here. We'll put a fleet marker over here. And we have a second fleet for green of 10 and a 30 fleet for yellow. All right. Okay. Well, it is our turn. Nope, I need to increase these. So this is going to go to a 3. And this is going to be a 5. Which means it gets one of those. Okay. We're ready to move. So battle cruisers are going to go in here to defend from that fleet. This MS pipeline is going to go in there. This miner is also going to go in there and drop this off and just hope that the fight goes our way, because otherwise he dead. All right, and then let's see. Oh, I didn't get my 4 MS pipelines. Okay. So all 4 of these MS pipelines can use MS pipelines. So because they are taking their whole movement phase basically along MS pipelines, 3 of them are going to go 1, 2 up here. One of them is going to go 1, 2 here to end up there. So again, I'm going to do my little fast movement thing. Move 2, move 3, move 2, drop 1, move 3, and there's 2 here for the time being. Okay. Victory is going to peak here. It is a black hole, so he's most definitely not going to go in there. And that also means that the alien player is not going to come out that way because they would have to roll. So they're going to try to avoid that. And then we're going to have victory move back here. Now this space wreck, I don't think I mentioned, if we can get a miner out there and drag that space wreck back, that's a free technology. There's a chart you roll on. It's a free technology to go in there and try to bring that back. And then you just roll on the technology chart. Now, if you are already maxed on that technology, it's wasted. But now this one has the number 10 on it. So I think that's supposed to just be a 10. That's from the All Good Things. But there's other ones in there that don't have a number on it. So I'll just make the roll. So, okay, so that was move 1. The fleet is now going to come in for our green fleet. And that is a fleet of 15. So we now do roll to see if they upgrade their ship size. In this roll, on a 1 to 7, they do. That is a 3. So they are going to upgrade their ship size to ship size 3. But they're still going to try to build with just 15 CP. I think it's still just going to be a destroyer and a scout because they're still trying to get the biggest fleet they can. And with ship size 3, they could build 1 cruiser, and that's it. So I think they're going to go with quantity there, and they're going to build a destroyer and a scout. And we're going to try to take them out. I should just keep these out. That's kind of what everyone's building right now. Okay, destroyer and scout. So our battle cruisers, again, are going to fire first because they're B. Their attack, though, is now 2. I also forgot to move yellow. I'm going to do that while I'm thinking about it. Yellow will move here. They're not going to go into the black hole. Okay, so yes, my attack is 2, as is my defense. So both of my battle cruisers are hitting on 7 or less. And again, I'm going to go after the destroyer and then the scout. A 10 and a 2. So the destroyer is down. We're just going to set this to the side for now. The scout, though, will get a shot. So the scout's attack is 3. The defense on these battle cruisers is 3. But a 1 always hits. So the scout needs a 1 to hit. That's a 5. All right, our 2 ships. Battle keeps going until someone retreats, which the bots never will, and I never will, or someone is the last man standing. So I am looking for, again, 7 or lower. 2 8s. All right, so the scout's going to get another shot. It needs a 1. Got a 6. I'm going to fire 2 more times. Got a 4, so the scout is down. As is fleet Katana. Okay, so I'm going to mark that fleet has been destroyed. So the next fleet I know is only a 10, and they also would have moved. Okay, that was movement phase 1. So for movement phase 2, all of my pipelines are happy where they're at. Victory is going to peak here and find, they're going to find Quantum Filament, which is new from the All Good Things expansion, and I don't remember what it is, so we're going to have to look this one up. I'm not finding an easy way into Visir. All right, Quantum Filament. 2 hexes to move to enter, but do not need to stop. Cloaking and boarding do not work, and you may not retreat into it. Okay. So basically just a little extra movement, because I'm not going to retreat. So yeah, 2 hexes or 2 movement to get into it, which means we would need to get our movement up, or it would have to be our first turn where we have move of 2 to go through there. Okay. Move 2. So these guys, I think I'm pretty, my miner is going to move here. Okay. And actually, you know what? He is just going to go ahead and flip, and he's going to start harvesting that nebula for CP. I still have minerals out there, but he's spending all this time to go get like 5 minerals. He could just hang out in there and be worth 5 minerals effectively. The battle cruisers are just going to hang out right there with this fleet coming in. They'll just defend there. Over here, the Vizier, I believe, are just going to go right into that alien and most likely get absolutely destroyed, but let's find out. So yeah, they're going to go in here with the aliens. So technically, I don't think I'm supposed to know what these are, but it doesn't super matter. I'm probably going to have to go through them anyway. And that is a 30 fleet CP. We're going to roll again to see if yellow gets a ship size up. It's a 4, so they do. So they can now spend 30 CP to build their fleet. And they can use cruisers. So 2 cruisers and a scout would be 30. So that is what is going to be in here. 2 cruisers and a scout. Whoops, yeah, I should probably use theirs. Here's the scout. And 2 cruisers. Okay. I did forget to take, oh, they cannot learn that. They don't have the tech CP. They only have 10. That costs 15. Green, I also forgot to take away their tech. So they used all 15 of their tech when they did theirs. So it's not 2 cruisers and a scout. Let's see here. I think it's 2 destroyers and 2 scouts. Whoops, need the scout. Okay. So they have 2 of each of those. We'll just mark those each for the 2 and the 2. All right. Let's see, though. The aliens have a ship that fires at B and 2 ships that fire at C. They're both, all of those are going to go after the destroyer. So we'll start with the B ship. It is an attack of 6, so a 6 or less, and a destroyer is destroyed. That is a 6, so there is now only 1 destroyer. There are 2 alien ships firing at 5 and at a C, so we're going to, same thing, 5 or less, and the destroyer is dead. That is a 1, so the last destroyer is dead. All right, next alien ship is going to go after the scout. That is a 10, that will not hit. And the last alien ship is an attack of 4, so 4 or less. That is a 4. There is now 1 scout who can shoot back. So that scout is going to try to kill somebody. Probably going to try to kill the one with the weakest defense, which is this guy here. So defense of 1, attack of 3. So it needs a 2 or less to kill off the D alien. That is a 2. So this alien is destroyed. And now we're going to come back with all of these guys. So the first one needs a 6 or lower. That's a 5. So put up a valiant effort. Took out 1 alien ship. But that fleet has been destroyed. Okay. Movement 2 over here. Those guys are good. Good. Yeah, victory is just, yikes. Victory will move here and peak here. Oh, no, they have to peak before they move. Victory will move there. Okay, turn 3. These guys are going to go here. Victory will now peak. And find another black hole. Yikes. It is increasingly difficult to get over there. Which, I mean, it also makes it difficult for them to get to me, but yikes. Okay, victory will not move into the black hole. We'll move here instead. Okay. That is the end of the turn. So let's see. It's time to build a fleet, and I guess probably go through that quantum filament, maybe? No. I don't want to go through the black hole. You might have to go through the alien planet. All right, first things first. How much CP do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 50. That's 80. 83. Okay. Resources, did find one. Or get one. Oh, I forgot to put this miner. I also put this little guy. See? I would have already forgot him. So that is actually 88 CP plus 5. MS Pipelines, I think, is still 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, 10. All right. All right. Maintenance is still 2. Okay. So we have 101 to play around with here. All right. Our ship size is 5, which means we can build battleships. Their hull size is 3. Currently, we can only do 2 of those. So we are going to address that. We're going to do shipyard, which is going to cost 25. We're going to build another shipyard, which costs 6. With that shipyard, we now have 6 shipyards in here, and our tech allows us to build 9 hull worth. Until next turn, we can then build 12 worth. So we can build up to 3 battleships if we have the CP, which we do. So we're going to build 3 battleships, and that's going to cost us 60. So we spent 91 of our 101. We will be carrying 10 over next time. Those hull sizes are 3, so we're adding 6 to our maintenance, which is really only 3 because of our half. Okay. Cool. So I need battleships. 3 of them. Here's our 3 battleships. These guys should be good. Let's see what the alien players are going to do here. All right, we are still rolling the same as we were. So it's all these guys. All right, yellow, 1, 2, 6, and a 9. All right. The 1 and the 2 are fleet. The 6 and the 9 are tech. So their fleet of 30 has been destroyed. So they now have a fleet of 10 with tech of 20. Okay. Blue, 1, 6, 8, and 7. Well, the 1 is fleet, so fleet of 35. 6, 7, and 8 are all tech. So their tech is up to 50. So they will have a decent fleet, but also probably some pretty good tech on there once they actually get the roll. All right, 1 and 5 for green, and then a 6. So that's going to give them another fleet of 10, and then tech of 15. So if they launch again, it's going to be another very weak fleet, which should not be an issue. So let's see. They launch on a 1 to 5. Nope, 1 to 4. 2. Green. I'm not going to have green launch again because it would only be a 10. So we're just going to wait. I want to let them build up to get a little bit more powerful. Okay. All right, this 3 becomes a 5. like that. All right. So we got our 3 battleships. Our battle cruisers are over here ready to defend. So our battleships, I think, are going to start heading this way. Meet up with a victory. And they might try to take out some aliens. Okay. So first movement, we get 2 points of movement because we have move tech 1. This is all going to be on pipeline though, so he is going to use 3. So 1, 2, 3. Victory is going to move 1, 2. Right there. Battle cruisers are fine where they are. We are going to move a pipeline here, so that'll get us another pipeline next turn, which will just be 11. All of the other pipelines are good. So yeah, not a lot of movement coming from us anymore other than just victory and our battleships. All right, this fleet's going to come in here and most likely get rocked, but let's see what they got here. It is only a 10 CP fleet, so they do get the roll though. No, they don't. They don't get the roll to see if they get ship size because that costs 20. There are a few things they could roll though for the tech, so let's see. Remaining tech. Yeah, they have 15 tech, so they can get either tactics 1 or minesweeping 1. So odds, we're going to go tactics, evens, minesweep. Evens, so they're going to get minesweeping technology, and that costs 10. But they have that. They can only send 1 battle cruiser in, or I'm sorry, 1 destroyer in with this fleet because it's only a 10. So I'm going to go ahead and fire, and I need a 7 or lower on one of those 2, both of them. Their fleet of 1 ship is destroyed. Okay, so that was move turn 1. Okay, move turn 2. These guys are going to go here. Victory is going to stay where it's at. They're going to team up, I think, and either go into the quantum element or filament next turn or try to take out some aliens next turn. Probably try to take out some aliens. Okay, that was movement 2. There are no fleets on the board. Nothing else I want to move. Movement 3. These guys are just going to move in here to be with victory. All right. That is it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's 60 plus my 30 is 90. CP, wrong pen. I did carry 10 over. No minerals. Pipelines should be 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. And we now have a maintenance of 5. So 106 CP. Yeah, more battleships, I think. So this guy can now do 4 battleships, or yeah, and they cost 20 each. So we're going to spend 80 on 4 battleships. And that's going to leave us with 26. Battleships have a hull of 3, so I could get more attack or more defense with them. Yeah, we're going to do more attack. So minus 25 for attack. And yeah, that leaves us with 1 that we are carrying over. However, our maintenance is increasing by 8, which is really only 4 because of our low maintenance scenario. All right, let's see what these aliens are doing. Yellow is going to get a 5th die. Blue is going to get a 5th die. Oh, I'm sorry, yellow. Should probably start paying more attention to these colors. Yellow is actually at 6, I think. Yeah, because they rolled that double. We need to get over to yellow very quickly and take them out. Okay, so yeah, yellow is rolling 6. Blue is rolling 5. We got that right. And green is rolling 4. All right. Okay. 1 to 5 is fleet. So just 1 fleet. Or 5 fleet. So they'll be up to 15. Tech is everything else. So that's 25 tech, which will put them up to 45 tech. It's worth pointing out as well, they basically automatically build a fleet when you go to attack them. So we will have to take out the fleet, and then you get 1 shot per round to try to take the planet out, which you just effectively have to hit it 4 times to take the planet out. Okay, blue. All right, the 2 and the 3 are going to be fleet, which will put them up to 45. That's a decent fleet. The 0 is going to be defense, which will put them up to 40 defense. And the 2 7s will be tech, which will put them up to 60 tech. So yeah, they're looking pretty good. And all right, 15. So that'll put them at a 25 fleet. That's a little more respectable. And then 10 tech. They launch on a 1 to 5. Looks like it has a launch for blue. Blue's first launch. It is 45 CP and a lot of tech. And they're going to be heading towards, I mean, asteroids count as barren planets, so I believe they're heading right for those asteroids. Cool. Okay. Let's do this. Turn 1. Well, it takes 2 movement points to get into that quantum filament. Or do we just go in and try to kill the aliens? We're going to go and try to kill the aliens. All right, so we're jumping in with 3 battleships. Speaking of which, I forgot to get my 4 battleships. I have 4 battleships here. And Victory is also going to go in. We'll do that fight at the end here. I think the only other thing I want to move, though, are these battleships. And they're going to move all along the pipeline. So 1, 2 is normal, plus 1 for being on the pipeline. And they're just going to kind of hang out for the time being on those asteroids and defend this fleet kill this fleet that's coming in. Okay. Let's do the fight. All right, so we have 3 battleships. Each of the battleships is firing at 8. So we're going to do this one at a time because there are different types of aliens here. So 3 battleships. We're first going to try to take out the B. So 8 minus 2 is 6. So a 6 or lower, that's a 7. That was 1 battleship. Second battleship, nope. Third battleship, yes. So this guy is gone. All right, Victory is firing at B, and it's also firing 7 minus 2. So looking for a 5 or less versus either of those ships. That is a 5, so they're the same. So we'll just take this one out. All right, this ship is going to fire against Victory. It's the easier ship to take out. So they're firing 5. Victory has 3 defense, so a 2 or less will do a damage. That is a 1. So Victory, though, has 3 hull. So that is 1 damage on Victory. Okay, we now have 3 battleships. Again, I'm just going to roll this at the same time. If any of these are 5 or less, that last ship is... Nope. If any of these are 6 or less, that last ship is dead. Yeah, last ship is dead. Huzzah! And this damage goes away. All right, so this, we could technically get a colony ship over here and some MS pipelines and start taking advantage of that planet, which eventually we might. But for now, that was movement phase 1. Movement phase 2, we're going to take these battle. Oops, I'm sorry, I forgot to move the fleet for 1. These battleships are going to move towards the asteroids. Victory is going to peek at this and hope it's something that like we can get through easily. It's another planet. Okay, it is Gath, which is going to come with some more aliens. Okay. Grab 4 random aliens out of here. That's 5, so we'll put 1 back. Okay. You know what? We might just move right on in there. Oh boy, that one's, yeah, we're just going to move right in. We're going to do another fight. All right. Was there any other movement I wanted to do? No. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and initiate the fight. We do have A's versus their A's. They have 1 ship that's an A. We don't have any tactics. Let's just assume they do. They're going to get to fire first. So they're going to fire again on Victory. 5 minus, what's our defense is 2. So they need a 2 or less to hit. That's a cocked. That's a 6. Okay, so then we are going to fire on them. 3 battleships. All right, we have an attack of 5 plus our attack tech of 3. So 8 minus 1. We're looking for a 7 or less. I'm going to do 2 this time. It has a hull of 2. So if both of these hit, it's dead. A 1 and a 4. So this one's dead. I have 1 more battleship that gets to go. We're going to try to hit this guy. Needs a 6 or less. That is a 6. So this guy is dead. Victory is then going to take a shot at, those are the same thing. So we have an attack of 7 versus a defense of 1. So 6 or less. That is a 2. Alien ship is down. This alien ship is going to attack at a 7 at Victory. Victory's defense is 3, so it needs a 4 or less. 2, that is a hit. Where are my damage things? But Victory's hull is 3. So I have 3 battleships now, all of them firing on this guy. All of them need a 7 or less to kill it. And 2 of them hit. We only needed, oh, we did need 2 there. Is the other one like that too? Yeah, so it probably still has 1 left. But Victory would have killed it. Cool. Okay, so these guys will move into here. And we now have a base of operations for attacking yellow. If we can get some backup over there. I'm not sure how much backup they'll actually need. If mines come out, that's the problem. So that's kind of what we need to do next turn, is learn some mine sweeping and get some minesweepers over there to help that force out, taking it out. Because, yeah, the base also is pretty rough. So we do want some more ships over there. But at least for the time being, any fleet that comes out is immediately going to run into our little fleet there, which is pretty good. All right, this guy's going to come closer. And then in turn 3, we're going to move these guys here, and they're going to come closer. Cool. That is us. So, well, we've got 12. Wait, did I go up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So that is, yeah, oh yeah, that's 90. Same as we had last time. We did carry 1 over. I keep forgetting. Yeah, no, MS pipelines should be the same, which is 11. So we do have maintenance of 9. So we have 93 to spend. I think that's just going to be 4 more battleships. Yep, and then we're going to carry 13 over to the next round. And our maintenance will increase by 8, but actually only 4. And grab some battleships. All right, now these guys I will probably send over there. That'll get us 7 battleships and our flagship Oh crap, I forgot I needed Minesweeping. Minesweeping costs, all right, we're going to do 10, so we're only going to carry 3 over. We're going to do Minesweeping. And that gives us Minesweeping 1, which I believe means our Minesweepers can each take out 1 mine. Minesweeper must have Minesweeper. It should remove some mines before combat. Cool, that's helpful. Okay, yeah, I believe the Minesweeper technology, maybe that'll tell us, can build Minesweepers. Each Minesweeper sweeps 1 mine before combat. But if we get to Minesweep 3, the Minesweepers sweep 3 each, which I think is what we're going to want, because it's a roll. How much defense does yellow have? Only 20, but mines only cost 5. Yeah, and I don't want to just lose battleships or my flagship, because we don't have Minesweepers. Cool. All right, end of the round. We spent our stuff. Alien is going to roll same dice they just rolled. Nope, they each get 1 more. Okay. Okay. Let's just match these up. That's going to be a big fleet for yellow. That could pose a problem. All right, fleet is coming out on a 1 to 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 25 to their fleet, and they have a fleet of 15. So 40 fleet. 7 and 8, I imagine, are tech. Yep, so 55 tech. Okay. Cool. Blue. Okay, 1 through 6. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's going to get them 20 more fleet. They just sent a fleet in. It's out there currently, though. 0 is still defense. That will max their defense at 50. From now on, any 0s are fleet rolls. And then 65 tech. All right. Well, green is teching up. Oh, no, maybe not. Yeah, 1 to 6. So 15, which gives them a fleet size of 40. And then 10 more tech, which is just 20 tech. Okay. Will they launch fleets on a 1 to 5? 0, 8, and 8. So no fleet launches for anybody. Okay. Kind of makes sense for yellow, right? They see us out there. Okay. So for movement, we're going to have Victory Peak here and find danger. So good. Not going to move there. We're just going to stay where we're at for the time being. Our 4 battleships are going to move that way. So 1, 2, all on pipeline. So they're going to go there. Okay. Those battleships are just going to stay and get ready for that fight. And then maybe they'll start coming over to try to take out yellow. These guys are cool where they're at. If we can get them a little help, there's only 2 battle cruisers there. So if we can get some battle ships over here, we could potentially take out this planet as well. Cool. That's our movement. So this fleet is going to come in. This is the first fleet for blue. So they are going to get their ship size of 2. That's going to spend 10. They have 55 left for their tech. So let's roll and see what they get. Here we go. That's an 8, which is going to be fighter technology. So that's going to cost 25. They have 30 left. 5 is tactics. They have 15 left. And the only thing they can get for 15 is Minesweeper 2. So they will get Minesweeper 2. Whoops, I'm doing this on green. Oh well. Tactics, Minesweeper, or no, Fighters, and then actually Minesweeper 1 for them. So I'll get rid of these. So they have 5 CP left, so we just mark that up here. We get rid of 60 because that's what they spent. They have 5 left. And they're going to come in. They've got 45 fleet CP with ship size 3. So they can do 3 cruisers and 1 destroyer, which is what they will do. 3 cruisers and 1 destroyer. Okay. All right. I'm just going to leave. There we go. That there. I'm not going to put a 1 there. There's only 1 destroyer. Okay, 3 cruisers. They have tactics, which won't come into play because we have a higher fire rate here of 4. We have 4 firing at A. So all 4 of those, again, I'm going to do them all at the same time. Actually, you know what? We're going to have one of them fire on the destroyer. So I'm attacking 8. It has 0 defense, so 8 or less. That's a 3. So the destroyer is down. Now for these, I have 3 battleships left to attack. All 3 are going to fire on the cruisers, so I need 7s or less. 7, 8, and 2. They have 2 hull, and there's 2 hits, so there are now 2 cruisers left. Both of which are going to fire on my battleships, who have 3 hull, so their attack is 4. My battleships, they're going to need 1s, because my battleships actually have defense of 5. So 2 attacks, only need 1s, no 1s. So my battleships are going to attack again, looking for 7s or less. A 6, a 4, so that is another dead cruiser. 1 cruiser is going to attack, needing a 1. Did not get it. I'm sorry, I have 4 battleships are going to attack it, needing a 7 or less. Got it. So that fleet has been destroyed. Cool. Okay. That was movement phase 1. I didn't move that. So now movement phase 2. Where's blue at? Blue has 20. All right. Well, we're going to move these guys here. Yep. Yikes. I think we're just going to leave those guys up there as defense for now. These guys are holding it down. So we're going to join these battleships over there. And then we'll get some minesweepers next turn, and we will take out yellow. So, okay. That was movement phase 2. And we'll peek here. Oop, another space wreck. Okay. Probably not going to get to that. All right. So, we are ready. We carried over 3. We've got 90 in our colonies. We have 11 in the pipeline. We have 13. We carried over 3. Okay. I think we have 100 even. No, 91. Okay, so what do we want? Just more? No, we need minesweepers. Oh, should probably 91. All right, so I'm going to do Minesweeper Tech 2, which is 15. And then how much do minesweepers cost? They cost 6. Okay, we're going to do 3 Minesweepers. Okay, grab those. Put those out there. Okay. We're going to make it 4. I don't want stuff to just blow up. So 4 Minesweepers. Whoops, and they go here. Okay, so that is 39. So we have 52 left. That sounds like 2 more battleships. 2 times a battleship, that's 40. Those, and you can combine units, assuming, again, I'm playing the auto upgrade rules, but assuming they have the same stats and everything, once they're in the same hex, you can combine units and you can get your tokens back so you can build more of these things. But once that stuff gets up there, I think we're going to go ahead and try our best to do some murdering. All right, so that's 79 of our 91. And it's also going to add, do Minesweepers have maintenance? They do, 1. So 4 from the Minesweepers, which is actually 2. And then, so yeah, 8, which is actually 4 total. Yep. And then we're taking 12 to the next round. Cool. All right. Let's see what these guys are doing. Probably an awful lot. That seems to be their MO. You know what? Let's do it 1 color at a time here. Okay. 1. Oops, what are we looking for here? 1 to 6 is fleet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 25 more to their fleet, which will get them 65 fleet. They're only at 30 defense, which is good, but then 60 tech, which is not great. All right, blue. Okay. Only 2. Well, 2 tech, but these are also tech. So actually 4 tech because their defense is maxed. So that's 20 more. They will have, or a fleet, I mean. They will have 40 fleet and 15 tech. Green. 1, 2, 3, 4 fleet. So 60. And defense. They have not rolled defense the entire game. So, yeah, they're ripe for the picking. And we're, of course, on the opposite side of the map. All right, let's see if any of them are building a fleet. 3 and 4 is going to be yes. So green and blue. Okay. The green fleet, ooh boy, is 60. That's going to be some ships. The blue fleet is 40. I think our plan remains the same. These guys are probably going to need some help the next round. But for now, turn 1. We're going to have these guys move 1, 2. These guys are going to move 1, 2, 3 because it's all on pipeline. Pipeline. That guy's fine. Those guys are fine. Fleet's going to move in. Fleet's going to move in. Turn 2. These guys are going to join up here. So we've got 7 battleships and our flagship. We're going to have the sweepers come here and the battleships. There. And then move closer, move closer. Turn 3. Here and here. And that should do it. Move closer, move closer. economic round. All right, we've got 90 again, 11. Maintenance, we're adding 4, so 17. All right. That's going to be 96. We're going to put a base on Fion. A base costs 12. That'll help out because it is a decent sized fleet. The battle cruisers are fine. That might not be enough, so I think that's just too bad if that's not enough. Okay. Minesweepers are on their way. So next turn we attack yellow. That's the plan. Those guys I think should be okay against that. So I think we just need, let's get defense 3. So basically all of our battleships are now maxed out in terms of attack and defense. Let's get move 2, or move 3 technically. So that's 50, 62. So we have 34 left. We'll build a base on those asteroids as well, just in case. Okay. That's 74. We will carry 22 over to the next round, and we are not increasing our maintenance at all, which is good. All right, let's see what these guys are doing. I will say I'm interested to see how the new AP bot works, because this, with 3 bots here, and granted, I'm probably not playing well, but with 3 bots here, this is kind of getting annoying. I don't know if the AP bot improves on that or not. Probably. All right, so 1 to 6 is still 1, 2. That's it. So their fleet is 75. And then they're finally getting a little defense, which isn't great. That max, no, that's, yeah, that maxes their defense out. And 15 more to their tech. We're about to attack them. They're in pretty good shape. Hopefully we succeed. All right, so 1, 2, 3 for their fleet, which is just 15 because they got 1 out. Oh, no, 25 because these 2 are also fleet. And then they're up to 20 tech. All right, and then green. 1, 2. That's just a 10 fleet. 30 tech, 20 defense. Okay, let's see if any of them take off. Yellow, it doesn't matter because we're about, oh no, they'll attack us. Yeah, it really kind of doesn't matter for yellow. Yellow does, and nobody else does. So again, it doesn't really matter for yellow. The only difference is going to be they'll attack us here with their fleet first instead of at the same time of the planet. It actually kind of helps us. Okay, so we got some fights coming up here. Movement phase 1. We are going to move our minesweepers and our other battleships. This is 2 battleships. This is 4. So we're just going to make this 4 a 6. And that's effectively the same, but we'll get our token back. Okay. At the end of the round, we're going to have a fight here, a fight here, and a fight here. So that was turn 1. I'm just going to mark this so we know. Sometimes I get confused. We're going to start with here. So with the green ones. That is a 60 CP fleet. Oh boy, I don't think this is going to end well for us, if I'm being completely honest with you. Oh well. Okay, so 60 CP fleet. We're going to roll to see if they increase their ship size. That is a 9, which I don't think is going to do it. No, it's not going to do it. All right. They have 30 tech to spend. So let's see here. Yeah, they don't need any of that. So we're going to roll to see. That is a 10, which is Minesweeper. Okay, that is 15. And then the only other tech they can get is Tactics. So they will get Minesweeper 2, and they will get Tactics. And that uses all their tech. All right, so now with a 60 CP fleet, they are still only ship size 3. So I think that's going to be some cruisers. Yep. 5 cruisers. Okay, let's see. 5. So they have 5 cruisers against, we only have 2 battle cruisers, but also a base. So that's good. We do get to fire first. Excuse me. We have A's and B's. Our base will fire, and it needs to not roll a 10. Oh yeah, a 1. So that's going to do 1 damage on 1 cruiser. We have 2 cruisers. They're firing at 8 minus 1, so they need 7 or less. There's a 4 and a 1. So 1 cruiser is dead, and there's 1 damage on another one. Okay. They're firing against the base, I think, because it's the bigger target. No, they're going to fire against the battle cruisers because they're easier to kill. So they're firing at 4. They need 1s. There are 4 of them, though. But they do need 1s. Didn't get any. Right? 4 minus 4 is 0, but yeah. So that was them. Okay, back to us. Our base is most likely just straight up going to hit. Yeah, a 3 is going to hit, so they are down to 3, and then no damage. 2 battle cruisers have an attack. Oh, their attack can only actually, I forgot they're cruisers, not battleships. So it's 7 minus 1, so 6 or less. They will get 1 hit. Okay. The cruisers are then going to fire on the battle cruisers. They are 4 minus 3, so they need 1 still. There are 3 of them. No 1s. Okay. This is looking good for us. That base is doing the heavy lifting, though. Base is going to try to blow up that last one, and 8 will do it with the upgrade to the attack. Whoops. Nope, we need a 2. Okay, and then the battle cruisers again need, what did I say, 6 or less? Yep, 6 or less. There are 2 of them. A 9 and a 7, complete whiff. Good job, guys. Okay, their cruisers are going to attack, and they need a 1. Did not get them. All right, base is going to hit on a 4. Battle cruisers are going to hit on 6 or less. Jeez. Okay. Well, there's 1 hit from the base. Okay. 2 cruisers attacking, need 1s. Did not get them. All right. Our base is going to attack. A 9. Actually, I don't think the base gets the plus to the attack. Or does it? Attack. It says to the ship's limit, so I guess not. So that's a miss. Okay, so the cruisers then need 6s or less. A 5 and a 3. Okay. There's a 1 half-killed cruiser left. He is going to take a swing at a battle cruiser needing a 1. Doesn't get it. Our base is going to attack. Got a 1. Destroyed. We'll fire 2 more times with our battle cruisers and miss on both. Those guys suck. Okay. So that's these guys. That's this fleet. Green has been destroyed. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, we'll do blue. Blue has a 40 size fleet. Let's roll to see if they are going to get a ship size upgrade, a 1. Yeah, they will. Okay. They have 20 tech to use. That used 15 of it. So they don't have anything else they can get for 5. And they're going to have 2 cruisers with their, oh no, they have 40 CP. So 3 cruisers, and that'll leave them with 4. So 29. So 3 cruisers. We're just going to use Green's cruisers because it's out. They have 3 of them. Base is going to attack, needing a 6 or less. You got it. Okay. Whoops, that's the wrong one. All right. And then I have battleships. They need a 7 or less, and there are 4 of them. So we're just going to do 4 at once. Two hit, so we will destroy, oops, one of the cruisers. The cruisers will then take shots at the base. No, yeah, at the base because its defense isn't as good. So there are 2 cruisers. They're each going to fire at the base. They need a 2 or less. Did not get it. Okay, so our base is going to fire at them, needing a 6 or less. That is a 3. So that is another defeated cruiser. And then now 4 battleships. We need a 7 or less to hit. Need to do 2 damage. 7, 4, 5. Destroyed. Okay. And then yellow is also going to attack us. Yellow has a 75 fleet. Let's roll to see if they are going to get an 8. I do not think is going to get them an updated. Nope, they needed a 7 or less to upgrade their ship size. So let's spend the rest of their tech, though. They have 75 tech. Oh, 1 is going to be attack. Okay, that's not great for us. That's going to cost them 20. So they have 55. And 9 is point defense, which is going to cost them. We're not playing with point defense. I'm not going to do that. So they have 55 left. 5 is tactics. They have 40 left. 6 is cloak. They have 10 left. Can they get anything with 10? They can. Minesweeper. So their tech is gone. Oh, and their fleet is gone. So assuming we win this, taking out yellow should be relatively easy. All right. So 75, they've only got ship level 2. That's going to be destroyers and scouts. Okay. So let's see here. They can get, they won't get a bunch of scouts. They'll get destroyers. They can get 8 destroyers and have 2 left. No, 3 left. So they'll get 7 destroyers and 2 scouts. That will use up all 75 of the SP, or CP. Yep. 7 destroyers and 2 scouts. Again, I'm just going to use the green. Oh, wait, they're out for yellow too. Okay, so 2 scouts, 7 destroyers. All right, no defense for any of them. So we are just going to roll everything effectively at the same time. We're going to try to hit the destroyers first. Our minesweepers technically get shots, but they fire at E. We have 3. Okay, we have 9 battleships, all of which are hitting on 8 or lower. And they're going after the destroyers. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 of them don't hit. 6 of them do. So 6 destroyers destroyed. Okay. Victory is going to hit on a 7 or less, going after the destroyer. That's a 5. So the destroyers are done. All right. The scouts are going to go after the minesweepers. They're the easiest to kill. They need a 2 or less to hit, and there are 2 of them. A 1. So we did lose one of our minesweepers, which we're about to potentially need them, so it's not great. But it's back to us, and I have full confidence that we're going to be able to kill these things. So, yeah, 8 or less again. Oh, I'm sorry. Technically, the minesweepers get to return fire. But, yeah, they need a 2 or less. Hey, they got 1. Okay, so there's only 1 scout left. Can the battleships do it? Okay, look at that. They did. Okay. That is done. Okay. That was all movement 1. We settled 3 combats there. If we were playing experience, like if I understood experience, we would be able to probably have some pretty experienced people going into these next fights. But we're not. I also completely forgot. I took care of 2 barren planets. I should have drawn 2 alien technology cards each time. So let's see what we get. Battleships and dreadnoughts pay half maintenance rounded down. Yeah. I assume that means my battleships don't pay any maintenance because the scenario is no maintenance, or half maintenance. So yeah, we're going to take that one. And then for the second planet, all ground units, not playing with ground units. All other players, not playing with other players. So we're just going to draw until one is actually useful. Okay, scouts and destroyers pay half maintenance rounded down. I don't have any, but it's at least one that is in play. All right. So, next economic phase, I'm going to have to relook at my maintenance. I'm fairly confident the only maintenance I'm going to be paying is for 3 minesweepers and 2 battle cruisers. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 4. I'm going to be paying 4 maintenance. That is cool. Well, that's assuming that I don't lose some here. Oh, no, wait. These are all... Yeah, we're doing great. Okay, second move phase. Gonna hang out, gonna attack. So all of these guys are going to move in. When that happens, we have to roll to see what yellow is going to spend its defense on. I'm not sure if that's on here. Yep, it is on here. Okay, yellow, though, is out of fleet points, out of tech points, so it has 50 CP to spend on defense. And we're going to roll. That is a 3. They're going to spend all of that on mines. Okay. All of that is going to be spent on mines. Mines cost 5 each, so they're going to have 10 mines as part of their defense. We have 3 minesweepers, each of which is sweeping 2. So they're going to have 3 mines that are just going to blow up a ship. Just straight up blow up a ship. So they're going to target battleships. This is 3 battleships. So these 3 battleships are just destroyed. However, all these guys move in. So we have 6 battleships left. 3 minesweepers who technically get to fire, and our flagship. And all that's really left there to defend is the base. They have spent all of their other CP. So we have to hit the base, and then we have to hit the planet 4 times. Okay, so the base is A, and our battleships are A. Let's take a look. We have no tactics. Yellow has tactics. So the base will fire first. The base is going to try to kill something that could potentially do a damage to it. So that is a minesweeper. It's going to hit on not an 8. It's going to hit on a 7 or less. So the base has missed. We are then going to fire with our 6 battleships at the base. So 8 minus 2. So we need 6s or less. We're going to do 3 at a time. We have 6 attempts. We're going to do 3 at a time. 6s or less. A 6, a 1, and a 4. Boom. So the base is down. So we have 3 battleships left that can fire at the planet. And the planet has 0 defense. So these need to be 8 or less. There is 1 9. So the planet needs to get hit effectively 4 times. So that's 2. Our victory, our flagship, needs a 7 or less. That's a 5. So we have 3 minesweepers, I think. Yep. Who are attacking with 2. So if any of them hit with a 2, yellow's defeated. There's a 1. And of course, the minesweepers take over the planet. That is super accurate and thematic. All right, so the planet is now ours. I don't remember. I don't know if it blows up, or we might even be able to send a colony ship there. Either way, yellow defeated. Boop, 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 boop. And we're going to get rid of all the yellow dice. That's what you get, yellow. Jerks. Okay. So that was the second movement phase. No other fleets on the board. Our next target. I think these guys are just going to head to blue and join up with these guys. Next turn, though, I do want to get some more minesweepers out there. So for movement 3, these guys are going to just move towards blue. Do I get an alien tech for the blue planet? And by blue, I mean yellow. I don't know, and I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, so that was the end of turn 3. Cool. So we are going to build up our forces, and I think we might try to attack both at the same time. So we are going to get 90 CP from colonies. We are going to get 11 from MS pipelines. We did lose some battleships, but we're no longer paying maintenance for battleships. So our maintenance is 4. So 119 to spend. Let's go ahead. We're going to increase our minesweeping. So now all of our minesweepers take out 3 instead of 2. We are going to increase our move. So we now move 2 every movement phase. Okay. Let's see. Let's get some more minesweepers. What did they cost? Was it 6? Sure was 6. We're going to get I think 6 more minesweepers. How many's left in here? 3. 3. Well, 3, but that's going to sweep 9. Yeah, I'm okay with that. So we're going to get 6 minesweepers, and we're going to send them this way with our forces that are going to be probably going after green. That's 6 hull, so I can only get 6 minesweepers. That's 36. I think I can only get two battleships over there, which for the time being should be fine. 2 battleships, which cost 40. Do I even have enough for all this? 6, 5. Yeah, I think I have 8 left over. Doing math on the fly is fun. All right, 76, 96. Nope, 116. I'm 2 over. So we're going to get 6 minesweepers, and we'll carry 4 over. Or, I'm sorry, 5 minesweepers. Carry 4 over. So we'll just switch this 6 to a 5. That should be good. Enough. And then we got 2 more battleships to head that way. Cool. All right. Yeah, let's see what green and blue are going to do. Blue is rolling 6 and 5 for green. Okay, fleet on 1 to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 20 more fleet, which puts them at 49. And then 10 tech, which puts them at 15. So they're not bad right now. The problem is getting through deep space. We're going to have Victory go and peek at some things because we don't really have any other ships that have exploration. Next turn, I should probably build some carriers just to explore. Okay, green. 1, only 2, so that's a fleet of 20. And then 15 tech. Okay, let's see if either one of them are going to launch a fleet. Neither one of them should, but green does. 1 to 3 is a launch, so green is going to launch with just 20 CP. They're going to go, I mean, that base can probably take that out, but by the time they get there, we're going to have some battleship backup. Okay, so it's going to go there. They can't even update their ship size. There's actually no tech they can buy for just 15, so that is just going to be a cruiser and a scout, I think. Yeah, it's not worth it, but whatever. They did it. Okay. So we are ready. And again, at this point, I have totally forgotten about the crew cards, so I'm just not playing with crew cards, I guess. All right, we are ready for turn 1. All of our people can move 2 during every phase now. And on a pipeline, they can even move more. So our minesweepers, of which we have 5, and our battleships are going to move 1, 2, and then 3 into this nebula. And they're just going to go up here and back up these guys. All of these guys are just going to move 1 because they don't want to dive into what they don't know. These guys are going to move there. Okay. On move 2, Victory is going to peek here. It is danger, so he avoids the danger. And it goes away. And since he explored that and saw the danger, I'm pretty sure he can move in there, as can everybody else. Okay, these guys move closer. Turn 3, Victory is going to peek. It is a pirate ship. We are going to move in with the pirate ship. So when you find a pirate ship, and this one is called the Reprisal, you can do 2 things. You can blow it up, or you can hire it. And if you hire it, it doesn't get any of your stats or anything like that. It's just another ship in your fleet, and it costs 10 CP the following economic round. I'm just going to hire it. It's an A, it attacks on 5. Might as well add it to our fleet, right? Okay, So that was that. In round 3, they're going to come closer. All right. So we're going to spend, we're going to have 90, 11 again. We did add 5 more, round down to 2. So we're going to have 6 maintenance. And we're going to lose 10 because of that pirate ship. So we've got 91, 95, 89 to spend. Yeah. We're going to go ahead and just get some cruisers to, maybe we just get scouts. Just to find out what all this nonsense is out here, especially on this side. I'm pretty happy with what's going to be going on with these guys. They're going to try to meet up there. Yeah. So let's get some technology-wise. We should be okay. Yeah. Ship size. We could go larger and just get like huge ships, but these seem to be working fine. So we're going to get some scouts. I know what, we won't get scouts. We'll get cruisers. Cruisers can do that peak thing. Hull size of 2, so we can build 6 cruisers for 72. We're going to do that. Okay, that'll leave us with 17 that we'll carry over. And with those cruisers, we're basically just going to send them out and clear all this deep space. So pretty good chance we're going to be losing some of those guys, but that's okay. All right, blue. Oh boy, what was it? Blue's rolling 4 plus 2. So blue's rolling 6 and green is 5. All right. 1 to 6 is fleet. So 4 of those make it 5 of those are fleet. So that's 25 more fleet and 5 more tech. I'm just going to round them up to 50. So they're at 75 fleet. Give them an extra one. You're welcome, blue. We are coming for you, though. Just FYI. All right, green. Is green maxed on defense? They are not. So they are going to get 20 added to their defense. They are going to get 5 added. Whoops. 5 added to their tech and 10 added to a fleet. Which that's only 10, so they're not going to make a fleet roll. Blue will make a fleet roll. Actually, they launch. On a 1 to 10, they launch. Green's only at 10, and I think at this point, I think it's 12 or less they don't launch. It doesn't make any sense for a 10 fleet to launch. They have a 20 fleet out that's about to get absolutely rocked. Okay, but blue is going to launch a fleet at 75 fleet. Okay, so we'll put a fleet marker up there. Cool. All right, first movement phase. We're going to have these battleships are going to join up. We're actually going to leave the minesweepers behind. So 2 battleships, 2 cruisers, and a base against a green fleet of 20. Yeah, that should be fine. These carriers, or cruisers rather, are going to move 1, 2, 3, right down to here. And they're going to start kind of coming up. They'll go into the nebula. Right there. Okay. Yeah, cool beans. And these guys, we're going to have Victory, our flagship, peak there and find Lost in Space. So again, he was peeking and found it, so he should be good. They're all going to move in, including our pirate that we did pay for. And yeah, I mean, this guy's going to move in too. So this is 4 battleships That's 6 battleships. So 10 battleships, 3 minesweepers, a pirate, and our flagship are going to be basically meeting that fleet in deep space. Okay, so we're going to have a fight here. These guys are going to come down here. All right. Let's see. This fight, green. They have 20 tech. They're trying to learn ship size 4. That will do it. So they get ship size 4, but that's the end of their tech. That costs 20, which is all they have. So they now have 20 for their fleet. And they have ship size 4, which means they can build a battle cruiser for 15 and then nothing else. So let's go ahead and give them a battle cruiser and a scout just to be nice. So battle cruiser, which is what I have, and then a scout, which is this. Now my battleships, I have 2, and the base is going to fire first. So the base needs a 5 or less to hit. That's a 3. All right, so they have a battleship, no, a battle cruiser that has taken 1 damage. This is in my mind, and it needs 1 more. Our battleships, I have 2 of them, are going to hit on 6 or less. I'm going to fire 1. That is a 9. I'm going to fire another one. That is a 2. So their battle cruiser is destroyed. Their scout will take a shot at, I mean, it needs a 1 regardless of what it takes a shot at. So let's just see. It did not get it. Okay. And then we are going to attempt to kill said scout. The base will take a shot. Needs a 7 or less. That's a 1. That's a dead scout. Okay. Cool. Turn 2. Oh, I didn't even move my carriers. Oh, here we go. Carriers. All right. So I'm going to move 4 carriers into here. I'm going to move 1 into here and 1 into here. So let's see what they find. Oh, no, we're not done yet. Victory is going to look and peek there. That is a barren planet. Endemic. Oh, okay. Cool. So we need some aliens on there. And then we're not going to move. We're not going to take a chance because we could move into here, but depending on what that says, we'll lose stuff. So we're going to wait and we're going to peek. We are going to look at these. All right, here and here. Okay. We have lost 1 of our, oh, I'm sorry. Those should have been placed like this. So we have lost 1 of our scouts, but he did his job and cleared the deep space. Okay. This one, there's just a nebula there. Cool. And again, we're just trying to find a path basically to the green base. All right, that was move 2. These guys are going to go around. So move 3. Victory is going to peek here and find 10 minerals. So then all of these guys are going to move in there. I should probably just make them a fleet at this point, but I'm not. Okay, this is going to peak here. It's danger, so it's going to go away, and he's going to move in there. These guys are going to peak there. It's a black hole, so they peaked, so they're fine. Or explored, I guess, whatever it's called. and they are all going to move in here with this guy. Because next turn, they're both just going to pretty much peek there, or all around them, and try to find a way into green. Okay. In the meantime, what do we have here? 2 battleships, 2 battle cruisers, and I can move these guys in now. 5 minesweepers. Let's actually just move all these guys into here. Okay. That was the end of 3. So we're going to have a fight here. Blue's fleet is 75. Let's roll to see. Yep, they are going to go to ship size 4, which costs 20, which is all they have tech-wise. So they're going to have ship size 4 are battle cruisers. They have 75. Battle cruisers cost 15. So 5 battle cruisers, which potentially could be bad. So they have 5 battle cruisers. Let's get rid of the fleet marker at this point. Okay, we're fighting in here. Okay, so I have some A's that are going to fire. 6. I have 10 battleships who are all going to fire first. They're firing at 7 minus 1, so 6 or less. There are 10 of them, so I get to roll all my red dice. Looking for 6s or less. Okay. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So with 7 hits, that's going to kill 3 of them. So they'll be down to 2. And there'll be a hit on one of the 2. Okay. Our pirates are going to attack next. We pick them up. Let's see if they're worth the 10 CP we paid. They don't get our bonuses, so they need a 4 or less. They got a 7. All right, our flagship needs a 6 or less. It got a 2. So there is now 1 battle cruiser left. And it's going to take a shot at... we're going with the pirates. It can kill the pirates if it hits. So a 5 or less, and the pirates are dead. That's an 8. So it did not kill the pirates. We are going to attack again with all of our battleships. I mean, this is a silly roll. 6 or less, and we need 2 hits. Hey, look, we did it. All right. Battle cruisers are destroyed. And we did it. All right. That was the end of movement of round 3. All right. So now we can build more stuff. Oh yeah, and the blue is done. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. I might start hand waving stuff because I realize the video has gotten quite long. All right, we are going to get a bunch more CP. There's my pen. There it is. So 90, 11, 6. We bought 6 carriers last time. I didn't add them to my maintenance. I'm sorry, cruisers. So that's adding 6. So that's 12. We have 106 to play with. We can build 6 battleships? No, we can build 4 battleships for 80. And we will. That'll leave us with 26 for next round. We are looking very good. So like I said, I'm probably going to start just kind of hand waving some stuff. Just because, yeah, this is taking a while, and I realize that. I'm really enjoying it. I love this game, but I realize no one's going to watch this entire thing. So hopefully you at least made it to the part where there's a lot of action going on. I took a while to flip from economic to fight, which most people probably don't in this game, but that's how I play RTS games on the computer. That's how I play this. Okay, let's roll, see what these guys are going to do. Probably not a lot. Most of them are out of CP, so that's why it's a good time to get to murdering. All right, so let's see here. Yeah, that's mostly tech. 1, 2, 3, 3 and 3. So 15, 15, who's this blue? Yeah, 15 fleet, 15 tech. They do have 50 defense, but with our minesweepers, the other option is to build a lot of bases, and I feel like we can take them out as well. So we just need to, at this point, get to where we're going. Okay. That was a 9, 9, 8, 9, jeez. So 20 tech and 5 fleet, which again, they only each have 15 fleet. I'm not even going to bother doing a fleet check for them. What we're going to do is we're going to move and we're just going to peek at some stuff. So we're going to peek at all 3 of these. We've got a planet. We've got, oh, a quasar. I'll have to look that up. That's one of the new ones. And a nebula. Okay, so the planet I'm not even going to put out. I'm just going to leave that there. The quasar I have to look up, and I might not be saying that word correctly. Defense strength and defense tech both equal 0 in this hex. Okay, so we don't want to fight in this hex, which we won't be. So we are going to go ahead and move these guys all in. We're going to move all of these guys in. We're going to move these guys in. And then our new battleships can go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2. And on the third movement phase, all of this can go in. So we'll do a fight there on the third movement phase. Up here, we're going to peek at that. It's danger, but we've peeked. So it's now gone and everyone moves in. And then we're going to peek at this with the victory. There's a warp point, which that's the first warp point we've seen. It's warp point 1. If another warp point 1 comes up on the map, we would be able to warp. So all of these guys are on the warp point. So also on turn 3, they're going to go in there. So we have 2 fights to end the game. We're going to do that and then see how we do. Let's start with green. We got there first. Okay, so green has a fleet of 15. That means they're going to get 1 battle cruiser. Nope. There's battle cruiser. Right there. So they have a battle cruiser. And then let's roll and see what kind of defense they're going to spend their 40 points on. That is a 2. I believe that is all mines. Yeah, that is all mines. So they are spending 40 defense on mines. That is 8 mines. However, our mine sweepers are wiping 15. So this fight is basically just this battle cruiser versus the base, and then we have to take out the planet itself. So our A's are 2 battleships, plus so 6 total battleships are our A's. Let's try to take out the base. The base is the bigger target. So that is going to be 8 minus 2, so 6s. 6 dice, hitting on 6s. Oh, I guess I should do 3 at a time. Those are all misses, so that was fun. Those are all hits. Okay, so the base is destroyed. Those were our battleships. Okay, next they have a B, we have a B. They have tactics, we don't. So their 1 battle cruiser is going to attempt to take out something that it can, which is the sweepers, the mine sweepers. So on a 5 or, yeah, that's a 10. Okay, so then our battle cruisers, of which we have 2, are going to try to attack. They are an attack of 5 plus 2 because of the tech, minus 1 defense. Yep, so 7 minus 1 is 6. So these are going to hit on 6s or less. A 3 and a 1, the battle cruiser is destroyed. We now have 5 cruisers, all of which are hitting on 6 to try to take the planet. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Green planet is destroyed. Go team. All right, up top, we've got blue. Blue also has a fleet of 15, so they're going to get a battle cruiser as well. And let's see, they are going to do a 4, which means their 50 defense points, that's the wrong thing, is going to be spent buying bases, then mine, then base, then mine, and remainder mines. So how many bases do they have? That's the wrong thing. So 2 bases and the rest mines. Bases cost 12, so that's 24, and then they're going to spend 36 on mines that cost 5 each, so that's 7 mines. Our sweepers are sweeping 9, so the mines are gone. They do have 3 bases. There we go. They have 3 bases and a battle cruiser. All right, so do they have tactics? They do. So their bases are going to fire first. There are 3 of them. So we're just going to have them fire at the same time because they are going to attempt to kill one of our battleships. They have no attack or defense. So it's 7 minus 5. They need 2 or less. None of those are 2 or less. Okay, so those were their A's. Now our A's go. And we have, I think, 10? Yes, we have 10 battleships. So that is all of our dice. And we are going to attack. We're going to do, again, you're supposed to do them one at a time, but depending on what your targets are, you can do more than one, right? So we are going to try to take out, well, we're going to try to take out all the bases. And there's 9 hit points worth of bases, so I am just going to roll them all. Looking for 6s or less. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that is 2 bases destroyed because they have 3 hull each. Okay, their battle cruiser is then going to go. It is firing on, I mean, it can kill a minesweeper, so it'll try to fight and kill a minesweeper. It needs a 5. It got a 4. So we have lost a minesweeper. We are down to 2, which is fine because the mines are all gone. They did their job. Okay. We now have our, oh, I forgot, our pirate is going to hit on a 4 or less against the, no, it's going to go against the base as well. So it's going to hit on a 3 or less. That's a 2. So that is 1 damage to the base. Okay. Now our flagship is going to go, and it is going to hit the base on a 5 or less. That is a 2. So that's 2 damage to this base. And then our two remaining minesweepers are going to hit on a 1. Did not get a 1. Okay. So we are back to the top. The base is going to fire. At this point, it can only hit. It's going to try to kill a minesweeper because that's all it can hit. That's a 1. It will kill a minesweeper. We have 1 left. Okay. And now I still have 10 battleships. They need to do 1 damage. So we are going to do this one at a time for the time being. So 6 or less. That's a 5. So the base is gone. I still have 9 rolls of battleships. So we're going to roll 2 at a time now because we need 7 or less twice to kill the battlecruiser. All right, there's 1 7 and a 10. So I have 7 rolls left. 8 rolls left, or 6 rolls left. That's a 5. So 5 rolls left at the planet. Okay, so 8 or less 4 times. That did it. That did it. All right. Move into your new home, y'all. All right. I am not sure what the length of that was, but I can tell you it was a while. So if you've stuck around this long, thank you. I appreciate you joining me. This game, I really love this game. The new stuff, there's new points that are on the map are fun. New cards are fun. The scenario itself, just low maintenance, was neat. I mean, I don't know how many other ones. All deep space alien planets have one less ship, so these guys would, or no, these guys would have been easier to take out. Just different things like that that change the game up, with everyone. A lot of them are geared towards competitive play. A lot of the cards are geared towards competitive play, which makes sense. It's a Space 4X game. This is a competitive game, but I think the solo and cooperative community is large enough on this that you've gotten quite a bit of solo and cooperative opportunities with this one. So yeah, this one is, I mean, it was number 10 on my top 10 list of solo games. And after getting reinvigorated with the new expansion, it's climbing. I don't know how far it's climbing, but it's climbing. It's really fun. There is a lot of maintenance depending on how you're playing, so you have to be cool with that. This might be a multiple sit down. This was just normal difficulty. To step up to the next higher level of difficulty, you only fight 2 planets, but every roll is worth 10 CP points for the aliens instead of 5. So again, they're getting stronger quicker. But yeah, I love this game, and I'm going to keep diving into it. I don't know if I'll do any more recordings because again, this went a lot longer, I think, than I anticipated. Not that long, I mean, but about Hexplore at length if you've seen my Hexplore it videos. So yeah, hopefully you guys got some enjoyment out of this one. I really did. I really like this. I'm going to keep this one most likely on the table for the rest of the week and play it a few more times. So, but yeah, that has been Space Empires 4X, basically with a little bit of each expansion kind of sprinkled in, which is kind of how the game is meant to be played. Play with what you want to play with and ignore what you want to ignore. So hopefully you enjoyed yourselves. And again, thanks for joining me. Have a great day.